Good morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome to another edition of Tradeify TV. It is White Tea Wednesday. It is Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. It is Nick's favorite day of the week as he's already dancing. So apparently bad white guy dancing is the title of today's show. But it is 60 minutes before the New York opening bell, which means it's time for us to get you ready for your trading day. Amos will be with us today. Always happy to have the boy Wonder on with us. Hopefully we'll see some continued good movement in the market and we'll find something to trade with him. But it's time to meet my two favorite coworkers. Started off with Mr. White Tea himself, the originator of White Tea Wednesday. So it's Nick. Nick, good morning.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Miriam. Good morning, Tradeify Nation. Actually, fun fact, I forgot it was White Tea Wednesday. When you said, hey, it's White Tea Wednesday, I was like, oh, shit.
That doesn't matter for you. You put on the same shit every day.
How did you forget?
I have no idea. Every day is White Tea Day, so I forgot about it. Anyways, I mean, guys, we had a blast yesterday. Let's have a blast today again. I almost fell off the chair yesterday doing that chair spin. I actually rewatched that live stream and I was like, shit, that was a close call. I could have broken something. But hey, let's get into it by starting the show with our one and only future slaying, matcha drinking, self-muting, hawker walking, stranger hugging, Slack notification hating, bottom tick loving, non-official Disney princess, curly hair trader, matcha mommy. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Nick. Nick, you need to say that in like one breath next time. So
yeah,
a very deep breath, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, well, what a stream we had yesterday, guys. If you were on yesterday, you saw the chaos unfold. So thank you all for joining yesterday and continue to join us today. Welcome to our new subscribers. We hit 20K subscribers yesterday. What a milestone. So we're just rolling. We're rolling.
Pretty sure most of those are real people too.
Wait a second.
Yeah, we didn't buy any of them. So.
20K, the bald cap milestone?
No, 50K is the bald cap.
But what was 20K? There was something at 20. I know it.
There wasn't. We'll figure it out. But until then,
we're gonna get into we'll find a poll.
It is Wednesday, guys. It's Wednesday, so we're already in the middle of the week, which is crazy to think about. But happy Wednesday to everyone here. Let's get into the charts here. I know Nick can talk about the London session here in a bit, and then we'll go over the charts and what we're looking at today. So before we do that, let's do the market wake up.
Oh yeah, good morning. So let's do this. You can already see it on my chart. I took 2 trades today during London session. I was very, very short biased, but the short move happened during Asia, unfortunately. During London, we just started pumping. But I'll break those trades down in a second. We had the daily open, like session open yesterday, 6 p.m. At the 23,461 level on NQ. And we pretty much, after a little bit of a pump in the beginning and then a little bit of consolidation, this is the 5-minute chart, by the way, we had a very, very clean drop to previous day low, right? Had another small consolidation, which also was a very nice bear flag that you could have taken here if you traded this. Had another move down to one of those levels that I drew last week and I talked about yesterday during the pre-market wake up, right? We had these 3 key levels, the 23,630s, the 23,530s, and then ultimately the 23,400s. And we just made, like slow and steady moves through these levels. Well, not that slow yesterday, but a little bit slower during the Asia session as it would usually be. We put in a new low here, or like a low for the session, the Asia low, 23,335 on NQ. And from there on, we just started pumping. And if we go a little bit to the left here, actually a lot to the left, we can see Thursday, 7th of August, that this level was established. And that's pretty much what we rejected here during the Asia session. Then what happened after that? We had the push to the upside, right? Pretty much right at even before London Open already. We got a pretty strong push. During London Open, that push just continued from the 388s up to 430. It's about 42 point move And me personally, I was short biased, and I thought, hey, once we take out this previous day low, right, and that also coupled with this little wick here, I was like, this looks way too nice for a short. I waited for confirmation, right? We got a heavy push down, consolidation, push continued. I entered the trade, and then I was in profit. I was up like 15 points or so, and then it heavily reversed on me with a lot of volume. Like, it's crazy to see. Usually a 5-minute candle during the London session, like an average 5-minute candle has like 600 to 700 volume. This push up here had 1,450 volume. So about, 2.5x the average 5-minute candle. So I don't know what that was. Was it like a tweet, some news? I don't know. I didn't find anything official. Maybe somebody of you saw it. However, it just continued to move to the upside, which I then took, had a nice move here, was about 30 points in profit, and started trailing my stop loss. I got stopped out, unfortunately, below this consolidation zone here for about like 5 points or so. So not the greatest London session for me, but it's completely fine because now we have the New York session coming up. Now for the New York session, we have a couple things that we need to look at. Number one, we're kind of forming this little bear flag here that I really like, or actually a big bear flag. If you go to the 50-minute chart, look at this, right? We had the big move to the downside yesterday, and now we're consolidating and building this flag. I'm just going to mark this on my chart so you can see it better, right? So we're building this flag, and I do expect that we're going to break this to the downside. If we do, the next levels to the downside are obviously still this wick here at 23,329, and then very, very important level, the monthly open. So when we opened on our first trading day in August, we did that at 23,308.50, and that level is definitely a key level for me. After that, just previous month mid, and then we have the quarterly open, but that's way below. So those are the key levels for me to the downside. To the upside, we obviously have the previous day low, which we are consolidating around currently. Then we have the daily open, as I already said, 23,461. Asia highs sitting at 23,467. And then to the upside, back we have the 23,530s that are still a relevant level. And then previous week low at 23,587, as well as previous day mid at 23,630. So these are my key levels to both sides on NASDAQ. But let's cover ES with Mary.
Let's do it. Okay, so we are looking at the 1-hour chart here. If we pull up my charts, 1-hour chart of ES on the right, NASDAQ on the left. So had a nice little drop yesterday. To be fair, I'm going to say it from the gate. I do expect more downside today. So right now on the NASDAQ, we did hold this demand zone that I've had on my charts. We went over this demand zone yesterday. I did take off the ones that I had on yesterday, obviously, because we just literally sliced right through them. So, we did kind of respect them a little bit, but right now you can see this demand zone. This is a 1-hour demand zone that we did hold almost like perfectly to the tick here in the London Asia session. So, right now this is going to be the area for me that I'm going to be looking at for continued downside. So right now that level is going to be sitting at 23,332 on the NASDAQ. I want to see that level break because then the next area that we have to the downside is 23,222. This is the same area we've been talking about in the previous sessions as well. So again, more downside I'm expecting. If we do, for whatever reason, have a rally, I would be looking for pre-market high to clear. That level sitting at 23,485, and then we do have this this supply zone sitting. It's a 1-hour supply zone sitting from 23,539 to 23,588. So that's the first area, and then of course we have some balance to fill from yesterday's drop all the way up to all the way up to yesterday's high, which is sitting at 23,770. That's if we do get a move to the upside today. But again, I am expecting more downside move today. That pre-market high area is going to be the first key level for bulls to try to hold and claim. And then if we fail, obviously this pre-market low is going to be the next area. I will be obviously waiting, of course, until the first 15 minutes today, and and see if we get some sort of move. We did get a nice drop yesterday, so it could possibly be that it's going to be one of those fake out breakout sort of days. So definitely wait for confirmation. ES here definitely held the 6409 area very well. We've had this on our charts for a minute. Next demand zone that I see on ES is another 1 hour demand zone. You guys can see this nice area of consolidation followed by a balance, an imbalance move to the upside. So that area for ES is going to be starting at 6,400. Right now we're sitting at, you know, about 30 points above that, 27 points above that. But that zone is literally from 6,400 down to 6,391. So if we continue breaking to the downside today, I would expect some sort of reaction in the 6,400. Again, not just because of this demand zone, but because we do have a psychological level sitting at 6,400. So if we do get the move to the downside, I would expect first level to hit is the 6,420, 6,418, and then pre-market low sitting at 6,409. And then if 6,409 hits, I don't see why we couldn't get down to 6,400, especially if there's traction, if bears are really taking over today. And then we really have like kind of stacked demand zones sitting here. You can see this other area, this 1 hour level that we do have here. This was established on August 8th. So you can see here, we actually established this, and then on the 11th we came down and just like wicked right into it. So this is a pretty strong area. I think if we do continue to see some weakness in the NASDAQ, I would expect ES to try to actually probably hold these levels a little bit stronger than the NQ. So we did see some strength in ES a little bit in the morning yesterday, but then it, you know, once NASDAQ started to fall weak, ES quickly followed as well. So I do feel like NASDAQ has been the leader recently, and usually is. So if we do continue to get weakness in the NQ, I do feel like ES is going to follow today. But again, 6,409 is going to be that key area, and then 6,400. If we do just continue to fall, you know, again, I would expect this 6,389 level on ES to really to have a reaction. This demand zone is really is going to be a key area. If we break this 6,376 area, we do have room down to like the 53s and then possibly the 40s. I don't expect that happening today, but we got to keep our head on a swivel and see, you know, what we get for the day. But other than that, yeah, I do like the trend line. I didn't draw it on my charts, but Nick has that same trend line that, you know, we could possibly break down. I would like to see a push higher, honestly, first to grab some sellers, and then you know, continue further down. So we'll see what we get today, but those are pretty much my levels. And again, we've been continuing in this downtrend. So we're getting into also, I mean, we're only 10 days away, 11 days away from the new month. So, you know, September typically tends to see sort of a downtrend month, just from what history shows. But, you know, we could be entering that era now, you know, with more down movements. I'm hoping for it, guys. I'm really looking for more downside here. I would love to catch some shorts.
I'm with you.
Yeah. I think a lot of us are secretly, even if we don't want to admit it, we're looking for this move to the downside. But today we do have FOMC minutes at 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock Eastern, and then we have Waller speaking at 8, 9, 10, 11 a.m. So I'm looking at everything because I'm on the West Coast, guys. So I'm looking at the times on my West Coast. But yeah, so 11 a.m. we have Waller speaking, and then the FOMC minutes coming out. And then Bostic speaking later on today as well. So not too much going on. We just have the minutes, but I don't expect too much movement coming out of that. It's just the minutes. It's not the actual FOMC meeting. So yeah, and that's pretty much what we have in terms of today. And Matt, why don't you walk us through oil and gold?
Oh, you tailed off there a little bit.
Oh, did I?
Do you want me to cover oil and gold, or do you want me to cover oil and gold?
I think oil and gold would be great.
Well, can you first do oil and gold?
I'm just going to cover oil and gold. I don't care what you tell me to do.
Okay. All right.
Jeez.
Yeah,
You know what? Fine. Okay.
Gosh.
Sheesh.
Anyway,
God.
so yeah, and oh god, somebody keep a microphone away from these fucking Fed guys, man. These guys drive me up a wall. I do think I'm gonna slightly disagree with you, Marion, because I do think Fed speakers, and especially the Fed minutes today, are they gonna push us into a ton of movement? I don't know. It's hard to say. You may be right that there might not be a ton of movement. I think it's gonna increase some volatility, and I think it's just one more thing the markets are waiting to get out of the way. I really truly think we are going to be laser focused on interest rates and the September Fed meeting, and seeing who voted for what, who commented on what, who appears to side with Chairman Powell, who appears to side with the president. I think are going to be very, very interesting. We basically have a divided Fed board right now, where I can't remember. There's been a couple of times in the past few weeks where Fed members, especially a couple of the newer ones, have openly dissented and disagreed with the rest of the board, which, I mean, it happens from time to time, but not to the degree that we're seeing. Like everything else in this country, unfortunately, we've politicized this, and so then it's going to be, what side of the political aisle you fall on is going to be what you think should happen, right? We really got to pay attention to what's coming out of that, and specifically the reaction. And it may be a muted reaction today, but if it appears that there is a chance for rate cuts in September, which of course the Fed funds rate and the Fed Watch tool, which we'll take a look at maybe later in the show, are predicting, then that's sort of the last bit of juice for the markets, right? Like earnings. Earnings are good, but we're starting to see some signs that tariffs are catching up with earnings. I think it was Ford basically had to write off almost all their profit last quarter with the tariffs. Apple's expecting to pay $1 billion in tariffs this next quarter, which it's Apple. It's couch change for them, but it's still pretty significant, right? And so I do think that this meeting or the minutes are going to be fairly important. Again, it's one of those things they gotta kind of pour through, and then you got to ask follow-up questions with the people when they're talking in the coming days. But I think this is the markets. We had some pretty good movement yesterday overall, but it does feel like in the past couple of weeks the markets have really just kind of been waiting. We've seen sell-offs, but not necessarily the velocity and the violence in those sell-offs that would lead me to think we're heading to a 5, 10, 20% correction. I don't think we are, barring, again, more tariff shenanigans, or hey, this is 2025, another war could break out somewhere anytime, right? So so we'll see what that happens. Now, as far as gold, we had a structure change in gold since yesterday's show. So basically, we'd been operating on this line for the past few sessions, right? And now we are solidly in a downward channel, and we are testing the top limits of that channel with very, very strong price action gold overnight. This finally gets my attention. As I said, gold hasn't been something I've been paying a whole ton of attention to, and the price action was just not as great as I'd like to see. However, I'm revising that opinion now, and especially if we reject off this level and push back below 33.80 going into the New York Open, we could see a really, really nice 30 handle move down to 33.50. Now, if we form this new structure and immediately break right out of it, gold can go do something with itself that I will spare, because we try to keep it rated G on this show. We don't ever
sometimes
you don't sound convinced.
There's so many times I've forgotten where I was.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Had plenty of existential crises in the last 24 hours. This is just one more, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, if we move to oil, which has been a little more of a trader, we'll scrunch up the price action here. We continue to be in this downward, fairly reliable downward channel. False breakout back here last Thursday. So basically, we've really been respecting this zone since then. We've had false breakouts and false breakdowns, which means we need to see, again, very strong velocity of movement out of the zone to the upside or the downside to break out or break down. But yeah, gold. Interesting. We haven't really seen this reflected in the pumps. And as somebody who's doing a little driving over the next few days, that pisses me off a little bit. But I mean, what doesn't piss me off at this point? I'm just kind of cranky old grandpa.
You said it first.
But that's all I got on oil and gold this morning, and we'll see what the markets have in store for us. I do agree with you guys. I think we're going to get some good movement today. Yesterday we had some pretty good movement in the first hour or so. For some reason or another, yesterday's show kind of went by in a blur. I don't really remember much of it. So we'll have to see what happened.
Well, I mean, Max and Llama's energy was so high. I couldn't even focus on the charts anymore. I was like so entertained myself that I didn't even do anything. Besides, and I think that totally went under because of these two guys' energy. I took 2 ES trades on stream. Miriam.
Wild. There was a lot going on yesterday. I barely remembered that part. No, you killed that short. You killed that short. It was a yeah, that was a really good one. So how do you feel about ES now? You're gonna trade it again?
Yes. See what I did there?
Yes.
Oh, boo, boo.
Hey,
All
I
right.
usually do the dad jokes around here.
yeah, true. But I mean, I got to practice because you're not going to be here tomorrow and Friday. So
That's true. That's true.
somebody got to represent, you know?
You can take the dad jokes, and Miriam can take my crankiness.
I don't need to. I already have that for myself.
Just pick a fight with your hubby right before the show, and then you come on with that energy.
As long as I have my caffeine, I'll be absolutely fine.
Oh, okay. Well,
We'll make
Miriam's
sure to
hubby,
have
if
a
you're
double
listening,
tomorrow.
take her caffeine tomorrow so she shows up just cranky as shit.
Oh Lord. Yeah, it was a fun stream. It was definitely a fun stream. Lot going on, but yeah, we'll probably have those guys back at some point.
Well, I definitely think so.
All right, guys. So we are 37 minutes from the New York Open. We are rejecting off of the +1 standard deviation band here in the NQ. We would need to break out over 450 to get a little higher. But I'll be honest, guys, I don't know that I have a bias right now. I think I could talk myself into both a long or short bias, which of course means we got to see where the rest of the candles go from here, and we got to see the opening 15. So, yeah. So.
Yeah, it'll be one of those days where I want to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit. I do feel like it might be a FAFO sort of day, meaning like,
yeah,
you don't want to, jump in just to jump in. I think it's going to be like, you got to wait for confirmation, extra confirmation. I don't know. I just feel like there might be a little bit more fake outs until we actually establish a direction. And then, that'll be the move. But yeah, I don't want to jump into anything too quickly. I know we took a few trades yesterday. I know the guys took a few trades yesterday in the morning, right at the gate. So yeah, we wanted to. I definitely want to wait a little bit. So
fair enough.
Well, I think that's the cool thing kind of about this world and this sphere, right? Like you have people that can, again, I never recommend beginning traders trade more than 10 to 12 times a day. And really even I think that's high, but you do have, successful scalpers that can trade quite a few times per day for 10, 15 handles in the NQ or even less in the ES. You've got, traders like us who are, Miriam, you trade a little more than us, but you're always looking for your setups. I'm very patient with what I'm getting in and not getting in. Nick is sort of the nice in between of the two of us, sort of the Goldilocks of it, as it were. And I think you'd look great with some Goldilocks there, Nick. Maybe we can arrange maybe that's the wig you wear for 50K. But yeah, it's there. There's so many styles, so many setups, so many ways to go about it, but you still have to have your emotions in check. You have to have good trade management, and so yeah, to see other styles and so that's awesome. And guys, don't assume if you're in your first 3 to 6 months of trading, don't assume you already know what kind of trader you're going to be. Right? Don't assume, well, I'm going to trade like Miriam, or I'm going to trade like BDM, or I'm going to trade like Matt or Nick or Amos or anything like that, or T trades. Just kind of soak it all in those first few months. As I've said, I love that the prop firms like Tradeify have made capital and the ability to make money. It's so accessible now. There is what I mean. We're in the middle of a sale. Your entry price could be $30 to get an account, which you could take the payouts, and in theory, you could take $30 and turn it into tens of thousands. Right? There's no place else legally that you could that you can do that without a ton of luck. And yeah, trading involves a healthy amount of luck, but it also involves a lot of skill. Again, the flip side of that though is if you're in your first 3 months or in your first 6 months, you're going to struggle. That's just the nature of the beast. So it's a matter of really trying to lock your emotions down and going from there. I want to make sure I say, as we saw that at the first opening 5 to 10 where Max made a ton of money. Like don't lose sight just because those guys are a lot of fun, that like he had a system, he had a setup, he talked through it, he executed the trade. Like that's certainly does it with a lot more fun commentary and a lot of energy, but that's no different than any other successful trader out there, right? See a setup, take a setup, execute without hesitation, manage your trade. So, you know, don't assume your style and the way you do things is going to be like any of us or Max or Amos or Tyler Trades or Joey Morgan. You got to form your own style. It may eventually resemble, you know, any of those names, because all those names I just mentioned, I think we covered pretty much a wide variety of trading styles and setups. But don't go in with this. That's something I struggled with as well as a new trader. The first like trading, whether it's influencer, educator, whatever that you lock in with, you just assume, well, I'm going to be this person. Well, no, you're your own person. You bring your own positive and negative baggage to trading. So just worry about developing your own style and don't lock yourself into a particular style, setup, or energy with your trading. You got to find your own.
Preach it, man. Preach it. Also, we have the market poll up, market bias poll. Chat, what are we thinking? Longs, shorts, sideways? I see currently 40% sideways. Sideways is winning.
Dang,
is,
yeah.
Rare.
I wouldn't be surprised for sideways either.
Yeah, I clicked sideways as well. I would love downside. I think it's going to be sideways. And if it's up, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what any of us are doing.
You know, Nick, I think I want to see. I appreciate the treadmill as much as I have to keep this a little smaller when you're on there, so I don't get motion sickness. But I want to see you do a show on a trampoline, like like one of those like little mini,
like these little small trampolines that
like instead of walking,
50
I just
60-year-old women use for exercise. Those ones?
I wasn't going to say that, but I mean, you go ahead. But it's maybe instead of the side to side, we get the up and down for a little while, I think, or you could switch between the two and we never know which one you're on. Well,
I can just walk with my knees bent and then I'm going to be very stable and I don't move a lot, you know, like this. Is that better?
Walk. Oh, I thought you were saying walk on your knees. I was going to say still taller than Miriam, but anyway.
I'm still
All right. I haven't had my caffeine yet, so I'll just let that one go.
Hey, I don't get to take these shots for the next couple of days, so I gotta get them in while I can get them in.
Be easy with Miriam. I want to have a good time with her tomorrow on Friday, right? Good shows. We don't want to have.
Yeah, you don't want to piss me off too much.
We don't want to have an angry Miriam in tomorrow's and Friday's show.
Oh no, I'm gonna have her all spun up for you for the next couple of days. Like I said, Barry, you know, I you know, I love my fiance very much. You know, she's kind of short too, so I get a household to like field test every short joke that I want. It's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad to be your guinea pig.
Well. I say a joke if she smacks me in the shoulder, I know it's a good one, and I'll pull it out again.
Miriam, somebody in the chat.
That's another story.
Somebody in the chat is asking Miriam, is there caffeine in matcha?
Of course, there's caffeine in matcha.
She wouldn't be drinking it if there wasn't caffeine.
Yeah, at that point, there's really no reason for me to drink it, or anyone else for that matter.
That's like when people drink non-alcoholic beer, I'm like, what the fuck is the point? It's what I mean, you know.
Like, why are you drinking this? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's the same thing. Yeah, it is. Actually, I think it has more caffeine than a shot of espresso, but the caffeine content, like the way that it works in your body is not like I don't know the mechanism for it. I'm not a chemist or whatever the case may be, but the way that it doesn't give you the crash that caffeine will give you. So that's the difference. And it has other health benefits. So I should get sponsored by some matcha.
I was just gonna say it comes out. You've been you were sponsored by Big Matcha. Yeah. Just another evil corporation, and Miriam's in their pocket. This is so disappointing.
Big Matcha reminds me of Big Pharma.
I just don't react to caffeine. It's crazy. I could literally drink like 2 energy drinks and go sleep. I can't feel it.
Leia says, when one is pregnant and craving beer, alcohol-free beer. Okay, so we'll make an exception. Yeah, pregnant ladies get whatever they want. That's fine. That's. But I'm just saying, in normal situation, what is the point?
Oh, Leia.
Leia, you gotta keep these 2 in line for the next couple of days. If they're out of line, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, at this point, shout out to our regular OGs here, Leia, USA Equality 1. We got Biblical here. We got everybody here. Good to see you guys.
Well, and shout out to the new people coming in as well. Thank you guys for coming in, whether it was from yesterday's stream or previous stream. Thank you guys for supporting. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you share it with everyone that you know. so that we can continue to provide more value to you guys and pop-up giveaways possibly.
Absolutely.
Hey,
We
we got
love
more.
our real human subscribers, unlike the bots. Sorry. I'm sorry. I promise I wouldn't do that again. I'm not going to do that.
Also can't forget about PMPFXC, obviously. So we see you guys. We see you guys there in the chat.
Bielka just got funded. Hey, golf clap in the chat for that. Yes, very nice. Good job. Good job.
Nice.
Let's go.
Anybody here for their first show? If you could raise your hand or say first timer or something, just so we can welcome you. Newcomer Armenian, congrats. Welcome. Huh?
Let us know where you're from too. I want to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, Leia, I just realized your last name is a type of beer. That's great.
Yeah, I actually, every single time, because my keyboard is set to German, every single time I type her name or like at her, it just automatically adds the beer emoji.
That's great.
All right, we got people, first time from Texas, Dominican Republic, living in New York City, Egypt,
Nice.
Ireland,
Oh,
Perth.
we're welcoming Ludacris to the stream. Yeah, thanks. I loved your music in the 90s.
Perth, Australia, Montreal. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Cairo. Wow. I don't know. Oh, Long
Cairo.
Beach. I wonder how is that? How far is that from LA?
LA. It is in LA.
Poland. No, my fiance would love you from Poland. She's the Polish princess.
Obviously, Joker from Switzerland. My one and only Swiss friend in the chat.
He's your one and only friend? You seem like a friendly guy. You don't have more friends?
I said Swiss friend, okay?
Oh, you don't have any other... You live in
You
Switzerland.
don't have any other Swiss friends?
You don't have any other Swiss friends?
In the chat. Okay?
That was even more specific.
I said only Swiss friend in the chat.
You've got a couple thousand friends every day in this chat. What are you talking about?
My only Swiss friend.
Yeah, you're not walking this one back, bro. That's just...
Yeah, literally. Just
You guys. I'm just gonna leave.
He's just somewhere. His inner monologue in German is stupid Americans.
Wow.
oh man.
Nothing like getting trolled in your second language, huh?
Yeah. It's whatever.
Have you managed to not break any monitors over the past couple of days, though?
Hey, nothing beats a chat 2 holiday, you know?
You were jumping up on tables and shit. You were acting more like Spider-Man than Batman.
I know. Yeah, why'd you have to get on the table like that? That just felt like
that
way
was
more
actually
personal.
very important because the only way to break a monitor properly is to stand on the table.
Oh, okay.
That's monitor breaking 101. I read that in Breaking a Monitor for Dummies.
Okay.
How long is that book?
It's like 1 page.
Okay.
And
Stand on
it's
desk,
visual.
swing
It's
hammer.
Hey, but
I
swear-
hear they actually offer a paid mentorship for that too. It's like $50K.
Yeah, I
a month.
offer one.
You get-
I offer one.
Yeah,
now,
okay. All right. Yeah.
I got
He
experience.
wrote the
No, but
book.
you gotta.
Buy my course.
Here's the thing. I shoot a lot of content, right? But this one was definitely one of my favorites to do. So if I get the chance to break more stuff, count me in.
It is fun. I will say there was when I moved last year, there's an old TV that it broke that for some reason I never threw away, and I took a baseball bat to it, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't film it,
Rage
but
rooms need if I'm gonna invest in something or franchise anything, it's gonna be a rage room.
oh,
Well, yeah,
I can't believe those aren't more of a thing.
Hey, Miriam, if you need a guinea pig to test it, sign me up.
Oh yes,
You
because
might actually-
when we think of unstable, angry people, we clearly think of you, Nick. The most like even keel dude in the world. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, all right.
Drew just said the exact correct thing there in the background chat. Said we need a budget just for Nick to destroy. I love it. I love it, Drew.
Oh Lord.
New York pizza is the best pizza for today.
Yeah, you guys were on that the day that I was gone.
Yeah, that like I was like a really like I was kind of a spectator in this. You know me, I'll normally would jump right into it, but like I don't know, Drew was getting like I was waiting for Nick to just get booted off stream. That's
Hey, Drew actually joined the YouTube chat and started arguing there.
Drew was about to say fuck you.
Drew
and your
was on
pizza."
one.
Oh Lord.
Oh man. Oh man.
Well, we got a lot to go over today. Hopefully this market will give us a move today. I really, this sideways action is probably something that I'm looking at the charts today. And I'm just like, you know what, we might just go sideways today, which would be really sad. But if we get a downside move, I'm hoping for it. I'm really hoping for it. But what do you got up there?
So I just pulled up the Fed Watch tool because I said we'd take a look at this. So we've got 28 days. So it's basically 4 weeks from today is the next Fed meeting. And this has actually gone way up. This was, I think, at 60% last week. I told you we're going to keep an eye on this. This is basically looking at the Fed Fund futures, which is so much fucking fun to say. Fed Fund futures, fun. You get it. Anyway, so we are now at an 85% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut. So that's kind of basically, they were still projecting 2, maybe 3 rate cuts for the rest of the year. We have 3 Fed meetings for the rest of the year. So the 17th of February, the 29th of October, and the 10th of December. So we would need a cut at all 3 meetings. I don't know how likely that is. And Chairman Powell has warned that we're just now starting to see the effects of tariffs and coming into the, but again, for the purposes of trading, whether the consumer or the company pays the tariff is actually kind of irrelevant. It's money that's additional money that's needing to be paid. So that they've warned that may be a something to keep an eye on. Regardless of that, though, 85% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut. So let's see. I will be curious to see if, as we get a little closer to the meeting, we start to see a third column here for maybe a 50 basis point rate cut, because I think the president basically wants a 200 basis point rate cut. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Powell decides to play ball a little bit, or if he just decides to keep doing what he's doing. I don't see any indicator he's gonna do anything other than what he feels is best. But at the same time, like I said, we are now in the political arena with the Fed. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys. So we are about 20 minutes away from the New York Open, and I think we're going to be loading up a Moss in the background here in the next 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll bring him on, see how his week's going so far.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's already Wednesday. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this week kind of flew by.
It did.
It's been flying by, at least.
Yep.
It's only the middle of the week, though. So.
Well, and I guess I was out on Monday, but on my
which was news to us.
yeah.
We
will be on later today.
Yeah, we initially thought you overslept your alarm or something.
No, once we found out though that like you'd already put it for that, like I wanted to keep the joke going. I wanted to say like every 15-20 minutes on the show, Miriam's going to be here just a few minutes, and then even say it right before we ran out. We did our goodbyes. But yeah, that was I think that would have been a joke that might have gone over some people's heads. So
that would have been great if I just popped in the last like 3 minutes.
Hey guys, what'd I miss?
Hey, I'm here. Oh Lord! Or someone should have just put on a curly hair wig and then called it a day.
Well, thankfully the 2 of us means Nick didn't have time to get into his AI program and fuck around in there.
Yeah.
So who's gonna do the chair spin today?
Well, considering you almost broke your neck freaking doing that last time.
And I know I would fall, which is why I didn't do it right before my wedding. I was not going to be wheeled down the aisle, so waiting at the end with a wheelchair. So no.
Yeah.
No, I told them I'd do it when they came back, and I will. But can't risk rolling an ankle or blowing out a knee 3 days before the ceremony. I guess don't mind me. I'm just gonna limp as I dance around the floor.
Yeah. Well, I guess as a trader, you don't really need your legs. So.
I mean, yeah, you really don't, to be fair.
True. True. But if you break your hand, then it's a different story.
You have another hand.
Yeah, but if you break both hands,
then you got a nose. Move your mouse around with your nose. Come on, you gotta want it, Nick.
You also break your nose.
Well, that's your.
I want to know what you're doing that you break both arms in your nose. That seems like an odd combination.
Oh well. I guess if let's say you fall, okay, you fall belly first. You try to catch yourself with both hands. They break. Arms go back. Nose goes into the floor. So you break both hands and your nose. Easy.
Demonstrate for me.
No, I can't, unfortunately, because every single time I try, I fail. So.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem. Do or do not. There is no try.
Oh,
Morning, guys. Everybody who just joined in. Morning. Morning. Or afternoon. Here in Switzerland, it's 3 p.m.
what do you do in your days? Like in your so you trade the London and then what?
Trade. So get up, go to the gym, come back, trade London, then eat lunch usually because right around that time, or go play paddle tennis or squash or something like that. Yeah, and then I trade here on Tradeify TV, and then after the show, again sports or something fun, and then go to sleep and then repeat.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That sounds super lame.
Like I was expecting you to say it. I don't know. You find a plane to jump off of, and
Well, that's I don't do that every day, just sometimes.
Well, but not with that attitude.
And
Just-
that goes under the category of something fun,
you forgot to tell us like the amount of laundry of white tees that you do.
I don't do that myself, fortunately.
Your girlfriend does your laundry for you?
Of course.
Bro.
Like, come on.
I'm gonna.
Why would I do that?
You know
I
what?
see. I
We're not-
know
we're not gonna
exactly
get
where
into it.
Miriam wants to go with this, and she's really restraining herself right now.
Well, we're both very traditional, Miriam, so it makes sense.
Okay.
Don't do
You're
it.
traditional, but
Don't. No. Let's move on.
all right. Okay.
Let's move on.
All right. Anyways, guys.
Anyway, markets, trading, NQES, yeah, something.
Well, I did. Okay, so actually going back to ES here, because I'm looking at book maps. Okay, so if you're trading ES, we do currently have these levels right now. We have a lot of buyers sitting at 64.14 on ES. So curious to see if we do get down there. That 64.14 area on this 1 hour here is going to be essentially like right around where this wick is. So I would expect some sort of reaction there, unless that, which of course this never happens, right? We have a spoof order, but I'll show you guys book maps real quick. Right here on the 64.14, you can see a lot of buyers sitting there, and now we're just kind of stuck in this range between 64.14 and 64.35 area. So not a lot going on in the middle here. I would not be, of course, initiating a trade here, but this can also change depending on, what happens in the open. But so far, just 64.14, and then I would say like the 64.02 level is going to be another key area on ES. And then right now on the NASDAQ, not too much that I can see other than, let's see. Yeah, actually NASDAQ's kind of quiet. It's 23,100 is really the next key area, which isn't all the way until like we break another demand zone on my charts. But that so far is going to be the next key area on book maps. Of course, this can all change, guys. This is an ever-changing system in terms of, when we get into price action and bids start developing, and we start to see more of this action come in, then we can see a little bit more. There might be some sort of reaction at like maybe like 425, I would say, which is kind of right around previous day low, which is what we're rejecting. So 425 I would say might have a reaction. 23,390 might have some sort of reaction as well. But yeah, not a lot on the NASDAQ area. I like to see these numbers a little bit higher, closer to like the 60s, to kind of give me some sort of inkling that we're going to be having a stronger reaction. But ES right now is just it's a lot more clear on ES to this downside. But again, you guys can see here that some of these orders are already got pulled. So, but we'll be looking at these areas. We'll be looking at these. So I just wanted to show you guys that real quick.
Yeah, also like that bear flag on NQ on the higher time frame. Like usually I look at bear flags on like the 1 minute or 5 minute, but this one, if we even go to the hourly, like looks really, really good here. So as long as we're inside that, I'm not going to do anything. But once we break out, this could be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
for shorts. Drew, if you can pull up my chart really quick so people can see it. Yeah, there we go. So that's the hourly, right? If we go to the 15-minute, like super clean. A lot of times in these scenarios, we do get a fake out to the upside first, and then we move to the downside. Keep that in mind. But this looks very nice for shorts, actually. Although I think we could be moving sideways. So let's see. But I do like the channel here. I'm not going to lie.
I personally think we could go up, down, or sideways. That's my analysis for this.
Where did you learn that, Matt? That's so inspiring.
Listen, buy my course, 20K.
Hey, I sent you a down payment of 50K already, so I would expect that I get access now. But
yeah, well, you have to fill out that's just the application fee.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So where can I send you more money?
I'll send you my you can just donate to my SoundCloud.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
where
I'll do that right away.
My Midwest rapper account is there, so that's
The Midwest rapper, MC Matt, MCM.
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, there we go. VWAP holding here. I'm actually like, I mean, you guys know I'm sort of the perma bull. I think I would like to see more pullback. I'd like to see another % or two. Speaking from kind of the 10,000-foot view, simply because I think then if we were to get our rate cut and move back to highs, I think that creates some really good trading for the rest of the year. Right now, we'll see, but that's what I'm looking for. I would love to see a move. Retest to 23K before we base rally and push to new all-time highs.
23K would be great. Can we get that today?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Yes, please. Just short now and hold.
Yeah. I'll take 400 points.
Yeah.
I see a few people asking, and I know we got did a lot of giveaways yesterday. First of all, I know Lil Dgen's catching up on those. Make sure, guys, your email is in your YouTube description. Your Tradeify account email is in your YouTube description. That's how they assign the code specifically to you. If you don't have an account, I believe it's free to set up without purchasing anything. But yeah, you've got to have that, and then check your email and check your spam folder, because obviously, being a company, if it's not a reply email, sometimes especially like Gmail is going to shoot that right to spam. So make sure you check that. But yeah, Lil Dgen's going to be catching up on that stuff today. So we did a lot of giveaways yesterday. So.
Hey, just hit my step goal for today, so don't mind me putting away the treadmill really quick, which is going to look awkward, but...
Is that how you do that? You just go on it, and then whenever you hit your step goal, you get off?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's your step goal?
12K.
Let's go.
12K.
Let's all watch Nick put his...
Yeah.
Okay. So I do believe we are ready in the background. I see there, Amos. If you're ready, can you give me a thumbs up there, please, sir? He is good to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, and he's wearing a white tee because he knows the drill here. Amos is he may be a little quiet, but man, he's dropping knowledge every single time he's on the stream. And so we'll talk about him about the last couple of days. We'll see how things are going. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday. Please welcome Amos.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. What about you guys?
Damn, you look good in a white shirt, man.
Thank
You
you.
just made Nick's day with that. He doesn't have to be all mad at you now. How are you doing, Amos?
Good. What about you guys?
Oh, just dandy. Walk us through. I want to know how your week's been so far.
It's been pretty slow. So on Monday, I had no trades. I was looking for an opportunity the whole day, but couldn't see anything. Then yesterday, I had an opportunity and I lost. So that's unfortunate, but I'm respecting my system. And yeah, that's literally it.
Well, I know you've had, we've gone over it in the show, a large amount of success in trading, especially at your age. But okay, so you had a red day yesterday, or you had some losses. part of trading, of course. So what is your mindset coming into today? Is it, okay, I've got to, I'm going to make sure to look for, as high quality subs as I can get? Or is your attitude, listen, I'm successful and I have the track record, I'm just going to do what I do?
Good question. To be honest, usually it's really hard to take a loss after a big win streak. Okay? When you take a lot of wins in a row, then you start to get confident and you want to start sizing up. But then once you start losing three trades in a row, now you start, being a little bit more cautious of the risk you're putting in. So right now, that's basically what's happening with me. I had a really big win streak, and now I want to lower my risk a little bit to make sure that I'm in touch with the market. And then once I'm ready, I'm gonna take the risk that I had in the past. So
Yeah, that's something that I think some traders often fall victim to of, you get a nice streak, you have a really good season where you're just killing it. And then all of a sudden, you're like feeling good, you're feeling overconfident, start sizing up a little bit rather than actually doing what you're doing. What you should be doing is, really kind of taking it back a little bit and maybe sizing down, maybe like observing that as like okay, well, this was good, but don't let me get too overconfident, because that's something that I think is comes from lack of awareness, and it can really mess you up when you're trading, especially you built this nice cushion for maybe a week, 2 weeks, whatever the case may be, and then now you size up double your position size and you completely wipe out your gains in one trade.
exactly.
So have you experienced that before?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially for me, it's something that happened a lot in the past since my risk to reward is small. I go for super quick scalps in and out. So, sometimes, let's say I'm on a winning streak and, I risk, let's say $500 per trade, and then I start risking a little bit more and I wipe out the gains of like 2 weeks in 3 days. So it's really hard sometimes, but it's the game, and you have to be all right with this for sure.
Yeah. Well, good for you. I'm glad that you sounds like you know what you're doing and you're going into it with more of a caution. But yeah, it's always good because then you don't feel as bad, taking a loss, or you're like, all right, I still have my win streak, I still have everything, pretty much set. So you're just kind of taking it a little bit more easy. But how are you going into the day today?
Today, to be honest, we had a really, really red day yesterday, so I'm pretty leaning pretty bearish right now. For this price action right now, I want to see again exactly the same thing as every time. I want to see this hourly candle, if it can close above the opening price or below the opening price, and that will tell me which participants in the market are actually controlling it. So I will not try to fade them. I will go with them to find a continuation short or a long play if we close above the open. So here, let's say in this case, if we start displacing, let's say 930 opens up and goes lower to take out some liquidity and then flips back higher, and this candle can close bullish, then I will potentially look for longs. And let's say 930 opens, shoots up, takes out this high, and then drives back down below the open, I will look for shorts. So for me, like the opening price is where I have the most confirmation of who's actually in control of the market.
Yeah, that's a big one. I know you typically like to wait for the first 30 minutes, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. I do kind of hope, I'm also bearish, but I do kind of hope that we do get a nice, like, strong push with a rejection to the upside. That'll definitely confirm more of that bearish sentiment. Are there any specific levels that you're looking at? I know you specifically look at the opening price, but any specific levels you would look at to enter either long or short, or is it just dependent on what
So
happens?
right now, looking at this 4-hour chart, I can see that we have some liquidity resting below us, and this candle is going to close bearish. So on this 4-hour chart, the sellers are the one controlling the market. So if we can start getting down below this low and accepting price below this low, it could be really good shorts to see those lows here get taken out. For me, on this 4-hour, it's pretty clear that we're bearish. So we'll have to see the open, what it does, because this candle could quickly flip back bullish in like 3 minutes at 9:30. So we'll see.
This is true. Well, Matt, you want to get into the segment?
I'm sorry, what? I wasn't paying attention. Can we start over? No, I'm kidding.
You're cute.
Hey, I got an excuse to be distracted this week. We're good. No, yeah. So, stop it. You two are driving. I can't wait to have.
What do you
two
mean
days
you have a
away.
reason? You're just getting married, dude.
We
Like,
had to. We
yeah.
had to do something before you leave.
Oh man.
Well,
You see
we're
what
only
I-
2 minutes away from the.
Amos,
from
you
the
see what I deal with every day on this show, man. You're only here once a week. They're nice to you.
We love Amos. What do you mean?
well, he's nice to us, Matt. So
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
you reap what you sow.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Amos, I think one of the things that for newer traders, it's so easy to lose sight of the larger time periods. One of the things that I think consistently is I've watched you, whether it's some of your materials or with us, is you really do respect those higher time frames. So how do you keep that? You have a thesis on the 4-hour or the 1 hour, longer term, higher time frames. How do you make sure that you reflect that bias on a shorter term chart? Meaning maybe you have a bearish bias because of the 4-hour and you see a juicy long setup. Are you going to take that, or are you going to say, you know what? No, my macro bias is short. That's where I'm looking.
But before we answer that question, let's actually go through the opening bell battle.
Or are you going to say, you know what? No, my macro bias is. That's where I'm looking.
But before we answer that question, let's actually. All right, now you can ask that question again.
Well, now I can't, no, because we got 20 seconds to the open. But I'll ask the question right. Amos doesn't trade in the first few minutes, so I'm gonna I'll ask that question again right after we open the markets, which we do in just 10 seconds, guys. Watch your bias today. Be careful. Protect any profits that you have. I think it's going to be an interesting day, but let's see what we have in store. Ding, ding, motherfuckers. Let's go. All right. So, Amos, when you're looking at the shorter, higher time frames and you're building a bias, how do you make sure you keep that bias on the short time frames?
So that's a really good question. I think a lot of traders, especially trading futures and also ICT, are stuck to the 1-minute chart, and they try too hard to find correlation between the 1-minute chart and where price is going to go. I truly think that you need to have a framework on the higher time frame to be able to read price before going down to that 1 or 5-minute chart to then take your entry. So for me, let's say when I look at a 1-hour or a 4-hour chart, I want to see that we are accepting price below the open or above the open. I want to see aggression from those participants, and once I see this, I know that I can take a nice continuation, or waiting for price to retrace back towards an entry, my entry model, and then I take my position. So yeah, I look for signs of aggression from those participants, either above or below the open.
All right. Appreciate that. Yeah. I think that's something I struggle with a lot as a newer, even making the transition into day trading after being successful in options. It's, you build, I was so used to building out higher time frame thesis on stocks and trading on the daily and finding entries on the hourly and jumping down to, I started on 1-minute charts like a total crackhead. And yeah, I was just like the first few days, I told myself first few days, I'm just going to watch price action. Then I'm going to, just do a little paper trading. No, we're not having that debate again on this show. We've been over that. I won. But anyway,
Hey, what do you mean?
huh?
Ooh, we are
What do you
going.
mean?
I got to get 3 days worth of stuff in today, guys. So but no, watching that was just like, the meme of the kid like just freaking out, and it took me a couple of months to really get down to that. So that's some good discipline, a lot more than I had when I got going. Pulling back a little at the open, breakthrough 400, didn't even really pause at 400.
Man.
No, we're dropping, falling through that bear flag here, but no entry, unfortunately, yet for me at least. But we're going.
Yeah, we are going. We're testing previous day low here on ES, that 64.19 area. NASDAQ needs to get down. This is what I was kind of looking for, a rejection of previous day low here on the NASDAQ. This happened a little bit quicker. I would have wanted a little bit more of a move to the upside before we got this drop, but so far we are breaking this 375 area on the NQ. ES trying to break previous day low here. No sort of pullback so far, which is yeah, we'll see, guys. We'll see. I will be looking at this pre-market low here on ES to break NASDAQ to break 23,334. I would like a little bit of a hold here before we get into it, but so far bears are taking over. So if we can hold the pre-market lows here on both futures, I think we got a decent chance at possibly getting back up to the highs, but we'll see. We'll see what we got.
Let's see. Yeah, we're getting that. Seems like more of a fake out of this bear flag here.
Yep. Previous day hold is holding on ES.
Yeah, sure looks like it.
Ooh, that candle just punished the chasers.
Yep.
Almost just got burned there. And I know that because that was me like 6 years ago. So
yeah, absolutely.
I thought you were gonna say I know that because I was in.
No. I've said I'm a reform chaser. I still go to meetings.
You go to meetings. Chasers Anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chasers Anonymous. That's great.
It looks like it wants to go down, further down.
Yeah, NASDAQ a lot weaker than ES here. I keep saying this, guys, but I think if NASDAQ starts to show a lot more weakness, ES will also follow. ES trying to hold VWAP right now. NASDAQ well below VWAP in the 9 EMA. We'll just wait on this opening range to develop here.
That good old orb.
Good old ORBs.
That does sound like, a country cousin. Like, we're going over to cousin, or actually an Uncle Orb's place later. He just got himself a new television. It's color.
It's color. Got that new satellite dish over here.
He's fancy, so he got that color television.
Oh, Lord. Amos, what did you get yourself into?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Amos is rapidly looking through his contract for an out right now.
He's like,
he fed that into Chat GPT. How the fuck do I get out of this?
he's like, fuck this white tea that I just bought. I'm gonna return it. It still has the tag on it.
Oh man,
I feel most of our guests sort of match, or in yesterday's case, far exceed our freak. But like, Amos just comes in here most days like, what did I get myself into?
I saw the stream yesterday. I was like, these guys have a lot of energy.
That was wild.
Yeah, I wasn't.
We were actually thinking of you, not in a weird way, but we're.
Said Amos has to follow this. Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, again, like the funny aside, it goes to show, like I said, if you have a system, you follow it. I don't care who you are, how old or young you are, what your personality type is, you can be successful in trading. So, Probably couldn't be two more different guests than we've had than Max and Lama and Amos, and yet both are all of them are consistently profitable. So love this breakdown here.
Getting the breakdown here. I'm not gonna lie, I might actually enter this a little bit sooner. I do like that we got that rejection at 425 here on ES. I want to see actually the big area that I'm really looking for on ES to keep below is going to be 431, 432. I would say, actually, you know what, call it like 431 to 435. I would say if we stay below those areas on ES, things are still going to look a lot more bearish to me. If we do get above those areas, though, I will be a little bit more perked up to see if these longs try to come in. But as far as we are sitting below those areas, I'm definitely going to be bearish on the day. So I'm watching here to see if we get some sort of nuke. I'm trying to be as patient as possible, guys. I'm really, I really want to see this opening range develop first. But I wouldn't mind like a retest, for example, on the NASDAQ to like 400, call it even like 397, and then take a possible short there with a stop around like previous day low.
Yeah, it's really like we gotta stay patient here. I'm gonna sit out the first 50 minutes because I don't like how we're not taking any direction really. Like the 1 minute looks very, very choppy.
Very, very choppy. Yeah,
Very,
definitely
very.
gonna wait it out.
Very, very choppy there, ain't it?
In
In
it.
it.
Yeah, definitely gonna wait. The thing is too, because if we start getting traction below this pre-market low, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get really ugly. Obviously we're still like about 20 points or 15 points above that, but you know, just be mindful of these pre-market low areas, because yeah, I think if we start getting traction through them, it's not gonna look too great for bulls.
True.
I would even bet to say that, like, you know, we get this move down pre-market low on ES. You know, we could get pretty into this demand zone. I would say maybe 36.96 holds if we do get this move. But yeah, I wouldn't. This first demand zone, if we get this traction, I don't know if this first demand zone will necessarily be holding right at the top. I think the 396s would get tested. Yeah, this is not looking good for bulls.
What is the poll saying, by the way? Saying 44% longs, 34% bear, and 21% sideways. Interesting. So the more people came in, the more bulls came in.
Yeah, this, God, it just feels like it just wants to break and break hard.
Yeah. It sure does.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it sure does, girl.
Sure does, didn't it? Oh, yeah, this is... Ew. All right, guys.
This is
Might
yuck.
be time to get our shorts ready here.
Sunflower ones?
The sunflower shorts, yeah. Y'all are funny. Getting
All
some
right, y'all got
volume in here.
We're approaching Asia low here. Asia low is sitting at 23,334 on NQ.
Lots of selling pressure coming in here on both futures. Crazy. Crazy. See if they hold.
Yeah, we haven't taken out Asia lows yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Well, and ES is still above, like pretty. I would say like 6 points above that.
Well, ES always stronger recently. Actually, ES is 8 points above Asia Low. This is
By the way, guys, I just got the confirmation from Nick, and I can announce that this Sunday is going to be the first backtesting session for prize pools with Tradeify TV and Amos. So that will be really cool. Hopefully,
Let's
I want to see everyone in the chat.
Oh my gosh,
Absolutely.
that's awesome.
So this is an every Sunday thing, correct?
But there's going to be leaderboards. So if you're on the top 10, then you'll possibly receive free accounts from Tradeify and also prizes from FX Replay. So, which is a backtesting
Y'all
software.
heard it here.
So that's going to be every single week from now on, right?
We're going to start. We're going to see if people like it, you know, and then if people like it and we have a lot of, you know, people who want to join on those Sunday sessions, then it's going to become something really big in the future, hopefully.
Nice.
Wow.
What time is that going to be?
It's going to be at 6 p.m. EST.
I'll be home by then. I'll be there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's get a WMS in the chat because this is
yeah.
going to be epic.
That is so dope. You know what? Yeah, that's something that I would definitely join. I recommend every trader to join that. That is just like backtesting for all of that is so like important for your trading. And if you
Absolutely.
are looking at the trader, I mean, this is definitely not something you guys want to miss.
Well, it's something that I've been saying for years is that, like, yes, trading can open doors financially and otherwise that you'd never have a chance to open in our normal lives, but you still have to do the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's no different than any other career, especially, you know, for any entrepreneurs, people that have started businesses and stuff like that in the past, you still have to do the work. And things like back testing, charting, attending webinar, like that's the work. And evaluating your trading, journaling, that's the work. And, you know, listen, a few lucky trades here or there, people can even get from nothing to a payout. But for those that are consistently taking payouts, for those that have made, you know, 10 times as much money in these markets as I've made over the years, it's constant. These people are doing the work. So congrats on that, Amos. We're really happy to have you on board here at Tradeify TV. Can't wait to see what's coming.
That's awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Absolutely.
All right, so we are breaking pre-market low here at the 34s. Let's see if we get some sort of back test here, but yeah, NASDAQ looks like it wants to pull ES here, so we'll see. I would like a retest.
The Asia lows are gone.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Look, everybody else.
Oh, Lord.
Lordy.
Yeah, they're just not giving a pullback here.
Amos, when you talked about your backtesting session, I know you talked about the leaderboard, but you lagged there for a second. Can you explain that again, how that works?
Yeah, I don't know if did I lag multiple times in the stream?
No, you only lagged then, but only for like,
Okay.
I don't know, 5 seconds or so.
Okay, so basically there's going to be leaderboards. Right now they're not yet customed, but we're going to have them custom for, you know, Tradeify TV, and people will be able to join immediately through FX Replay's dashboard, hopefully. So we're going to host a big session with hopefully around, you know, 200 to 300 members. People are going to type in the code of, you know, the personalized game. And once they enter, it's battles basically. So you have a maximum amount of profits you can make every single day of backtest basically, and then there's a ranking. So you have like 15 days to backtest, and you have to do it in like 15 minutes. So it's like a how do I say? It's like a quick chess game basically. You know, you have to do it fast, and then there's gonna be leaderboards. So top 10, we don't know exactly what we're gonna give yet, but let's say top 5 would get prizes. So top 1 possibly straight to funded account, then we go down and down. So Yeah.
Wow, that
So
sounds like that sounds awesome.
If you make the highest return, let's say you're number one on the leaderboards, then you get also the recognition of, okay, this guy's good, plus you get the account and, you know, FX replay subscription to keep back testing. So that's really cool in my opinion.
That's pretty cool. Looking forward to that for sure. It's gonna be nice.
Looking forward to that too. I want to see everyone in the chat be there. Please come on.
Yeah,
They better be
absolutely.
there.
I know on Sundays not a lot of people are looking at the charts, but I like to, you know, look back at my week and journal my week on Sundays just to get myself ready, you know, back this a little bit.
All right, guys. So I did take that short. Unfortunately, my entry was just not. I was looking for a better entry here, and my account was not even pulled up here. But I did get a short here at the 85s on NASDAQ. I am looking for a continued move to the 22s. So let's see if we get it. I was hoping for more of a pullback to the 300s, to be honest, but not really looking like we want to get that. So ES here, I want to see us break this pre-market low on ES. NASDAQ, like I said, a lot weaker. My stop on this play is probably going to be above 300. So we'll see. I'm trying to pull up my account here. It's not letting me log into the other dashboard for whatever reason. Let's see if it'll let me. Oh, it's asking me to install and relaunch. Probably not the best time for that.
Probably not.
See if I can.
By the way, Nick, I wanted to say I really like those short forms that you're doing. Actually, they're
Appreciate it.
you're pretty good at that. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed at some of them for sure.
Just
Appreciate
some.
that. Just some, but he did laugh at some of them.
That's
Yeah, they're
great.
fun to do. If anybody got ideas for little
I'm gonna
short
send
clips-
you. I'm gonna send you like 2 videos that you could make.
Oh,
I
yes,
think would be
please.
bang.
Yes,
Absolutely, yeah.
please. Always funny when somebody else sends an idea. Always love doing those.
All right, getting some consolidation here. I want to see the push down to the 70s.
Yeah, we're dropping. It looks very similar to yesterday's move, actually, right from the open.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, now I finally was able to get my thing set up. Let me see if you guys can. Okay, there we go. Oh, you guys can't really see that, can you? Are you guys able to see that?
Yeah, we can.
Yep, we can.
All right, getting the selling pressure coming in here. I want to see the 55s break here on the NASDAQ. So I am in 2 minis. Just going to take one off at the 50s. All right, I'm out on one. Move my stop to break even here at the 79s.
Nice.
All right, my target's the 222s. Let's see if we get those.
Nice trade.
Yes,
some room
breaking
to run, I
pre-market
think.
low is clean. Clean. I want to see if the 222s are going to come into play, but so far my stop is at 79.75, so just a little above break even.
We're getting way more of a move than I expected.
Yeah, I'm
No.
telling you guys, I was feeling bearish going into today. I was looking for a look above and fail, which we did get like a little bit of an opening drive, but I was hoping to get more of an entry at the 300s. Unfortunately, I didn't get that. My account was not participating in this short today, so we'll see what we get. But yeah, this 40 area would need to clear. There we go. Nice. Moving my stop to the 65s. All right, let's see.
Damn. We're
All right,
moving.
39s is my
Oh.
stop. I want to see if we can get 200.
Holy moly.
Let's go. Target
Let's
has been
go.
reached. I want to see if we get a deeper flush here. All right, moving it to the 27s. I'm tight. I'm really tight now. So, all right, I just got stopped out at 27. Nice.
Very nice. Very
Good
nice.
job.
$1,800 on that move.
Good job. Good job.
Easy
Ooh,
money.
I think I still have more downside though. This looks pretty clean. I think if we break the 200s, then we could get down to, let's see. We have a demand zone sitting at like 148. So breaking the 200s is not going to look very good. ES right now in a demand zone, that same area I told you guys, 400. If we hold this area, you know, we could start getting a bounce here. Otherwise, I would see the 396s. The 396s might have a reaction.
Hey, Mary, you know, when we in the market wake up, we joked about going down to the 23,000 level. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Joked.
not that far.
I mean, this move very realistically puts us there this week. I'm not saying that's exactly where we're headed or anything. I don't want anybody to give me shit on Monday for it, but like this is, you just pull up a 1 hour chart. It's pretty clear sailing down to 23K. I mean, maybe we've got a little support between 150 and 200, but especially if this candle closes, doesn't make a 30-40 point rally in the last 7 minutes here and throw us up a buying tail, this could be a real pivot candle that takes us down there. I'd love to see 23K.
Same. I want an entry first, though.
This is like barely giving any pullbacks, even on the 1 minute. 200 now being tested on the NASDAQ. ES clearing this 396 area that we talked about. Man, I don't know, guys. I don't know if this demand zone is going to hold on ES here. It looks like we might be testing now the 390s on ES. If you guys are still short, I would just trail my stop, honestly. The 222s on NASDAQ was my original target, but wow, we are just
Holy
selling.
smokes.
We are just selling.
The hell is happening here?
Next target on the NASDAQ, like I said, is going to be the 150s. So if you're still in this, I think it still looks good. We do have, let's see. We do have a little bit of imbalance to still fill. We could get a little bit, yeah, this demand zone on ES just shot. I'm going to remove that. Next demand zone being tested here on ES.
That's insane, actually.
This is insane. This is insane.
So it's now time to talk about this, guys. If we get to, this is approximate back of the napkin math right now. And I mean, I guess we could see anything today, but right now about 22,900, 22,800, we're in 5% correction territory. And I mean, at least on the front month futures contract, and I'm not saying in general, but I will tell you this: if we get down to 23K, you're just the subsequent moves across the markets, you're going to start seeing the C word pop up. Oh, knowledge seeker, I'm a bull too, but we love bears because they take us down and give us some opportunities on the upside.
Let's see if this demand zone holds here. I told you guys this demand zone on ES starting at 388 is going to be a pretty key area. We do, like I said, we broke that demand zone that I just removed, sliced right through it. So this is going to be the first line for bulls to really start to try to defend here, which you can see they are trying to get a reaction out of this demand zone. But I'm going to be watching this, guys. I'm watching this because if we slice through this demand zone, it's, ooh, get your shorts ready if you haven't already.
Yeah, Trump is railing against the Fed and railing against wind and solar energy today. So if you own any wind or solar stocks, well, you should have been out of those as soon as he was elected. But I would be careful. The C word is correction, Mason.
Good stuff. You said it like a disappointed dad.
Yeah. Hey, the way the chat's been going today, we're ready to ban somebody permanently for probably the worst comment in the history of our chat. So fuck that dude.
Bookmaps is going nuts right now. There's just constant selling pressure is so high on Bookmaps right now. We're entering another demand zone here on the NASDAQ. ES is just going. This is actually crazy. And to think we were going to get a sideways day. To think we were going to go have a run up to the highs.
Same as yesterday. Holy.
Target selling, Micron selling, Intel selling. It's it's a bloodbath right now.
Do not.
If we don't bounce in this first hour, we could see a 2 to 3% down day.
Yeah.
This, like I said, is going to be the line in the sand for bulls to try to hold. ES a lot weaker now, I feel like, than NASDAQ, testing a lot of these demand zones to the bottom. I think you could start to see some sort of bounce here happening. NASDAQ really testing this 1 hour demand. ES trying to pop out of it. So we'll see. I mean, maybe we can get a little relief bounce here.
I would love to see a move back up to like the 250s.
Yeah,
And,
I would have covered if I had a runner, I would have covered most of my shorts in this area, because right now this is holding really strong. Sorry, Nick, did I cut you off when you were trying to say
No, all good, all good. That's just an area where chasers get punished if you just randomly go into the shorts here.
Yeah, trying to get back above 23,200 here on the NQ. ES needs to get back above 396. Right now, there's just, yeah, I don't know if this is going to happen for the bulls today. This seller is mad. Let's see if we cover now or just head to hell. Yeah, USA, it does feel like the red wedding, huh?
Hey, Amas, the 30-minute candle or the hourly candle is closing in less than 2 minutes here. What are you looking at? Do you see a setup already?
Yeah, I could potentially enter inside this 5-minute gap to predict that a new low is going to be created at the open of the new candle. So we'll see. This 5-minute bar, though, if it closes strongly bullish, could bring us back up all the way here. So I will not enter, let's say, heavy size, especially where super overextended to the downside. This is not exactly what I'm looking for in those moments. So I will wait for price to open higher and see if we can find shorts here. If we're too heavy on those shorts, I'll just stay out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, bulls
right now
up in here.
Trying to catch the bottom is
yeah,
gonna be hard here.
I would say NASDAQ needs to try to hold around this area. Told you guys around like the 150s, 146s.
I do think it's going lower, honestly.
Yeah, you have to let this thing like find its feet before getting crazy with the longs, but I think this is the bottom of a rotation until it becomes a top. I mean, support to resistance type of thing. So we'll see. But we need to get back above the 200s here on the NQ to actually look at this area as being a strong demand zone. Right now to the tick we're holding, but getting the buying pressure trying to come in here, we need to clear 200. See if we can clear it on book maps. There's a lot of orders sitting there. All right, they're trying to push through. Some of those orders getting bid. Yeah, there we go.
This would be the place for, I won't call it a reversal, but a dead cat bounce. But if it can't hold 200 here, holy crap, watch out.
Yeah. 222 is next here on the NASDAQ. If we do clear 200. They're trying to catch a bid. They're trying to find their feet.
I would like to see it back at 250 and take a short there. Like anywhere between the 35 and 50.
ES needs 396.
I'm looking for shorts at 210. It's either, I guess, squeeze like
5-minute gap.
Yeah.
So you will want to see price tap into it and close outside, or how do you usually take the gaps?
So like I'll put my limit order right here.
Yeah.
Filled, and basically I like to pair it with a 1 minute, let's say, order block. So here in this case we had like the order block is just like, let's say, a supply or demand zone. So here I have my supply zone on the 1 minute chart plus my 5-minute gap. So I would expect this to the hold in order to create a new low.
Dude, if this holds,
With
you
the
just
framework.
got a perfect top tick entry, huh?
Top tick, yeah. Let's see.
Nice.
But that's the zone. Let's say I had aggressive sellers inside this this candle or below the opening price, so I don't want to fade those. We're overextended though. We could pull back deeper. I know it.
Let's see. So wait, now we gotta know. I mean, market has been open for 32 minutes now. How's the chat doing? Can we get a poll up, Nick? Like, I want to see a lot of green or side, like green or flat.
I know. I really hope no one got chopped up in this in any sort of way, trying to catch a falling knife. That's why you got to wait for confirmation with these sort of things. This is actually nuts. If you look at the opening range, like never even got, like we never got a retest. We just got a candle open, like right around that area.
It's like a continuation of the opening
It's
range.
2 days in the row we've just opened and ran. Like no hesitation, no.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of those things that I was literally saying, like, you got to wait for confirmation, wait for, you know, the market to tell you where it's going. I mean, this was like really the opening print that we got, right? Like I was telling you guys, I wanted a little bit of a push higher, but the fact that we couldn't even get above previous day low here on the NASDAQ, ES barely made it above 430.50, right? I told you guys about that 431 area that we were looking at. Didn't even make it to 431. It was like 430.75. So the fact that we got such a weak drive to start the day to the upside, and I told you guys, I'm looking for a push higher. I was looking for actually a push a little bit higher than what we got, but then I was like, I'm looking for this to end bearish. So the fact that we got this, you know, was really indicative. Like, you know, we probably wouldn't even get a retest. We would just get a complete send off of this area. The fact that when ES broke pre-market low, that's actually around the time that I entered NASDAQ. Again, I was hoping for a little bit of a, you know, a retracement back to the 300s. And that's actually when I was having those technical difficulties, but I just entered. I was like, you know what, this is looking really, really weak. And we ended up hitting that 222 area. ES broke pre-market low really nicely. Right to, like, you know, the 396s area and now to this demand zone. So we are currently rejecting the 396 area here on ES. So 222 not being able to hold, or I'm sorry, 200 on the NASDAQ and then 222 finding rejection. I think we might see more downside here. So I don't know if bulls are going to have it today.
This is a huge zone here. I don't want to see price coming back. Like right now, we should have disrespected the area where buyers should have defended the position. So I expect covering to happen here and then a flush. So we'll see. But right now, this is basically a break-even trade at this point. So like I should get the flush.
Great entry.
That entry was really good.
Clean.
Chat is also cooking. 52% green, 33% flat. Hey, WMS.
Hey,
everybody
let's
chat.
Go.
Let's give a WMS in the chat. Let's go.
Let's go. What a clean trade.
Great trade.
Appreciate you. But the volume is pretty high. I had to enter 2 micros. You know, these plays, let's say if I'm not 100% sure that it's my A+ setup, you know, I enter for like $200 or $300 of risk. But in this case, let's say I had to enter 2 micros, which is insane.
That's pretty crazy.
It's actually
these sellers are really, really coming in here. They are not letting up. I think we're gonna slice through this demand zone as well.
Yeah, I mean, there would have been a confirmed entry for me, but my stop loss would have needed to be like 60 points, and I do not like that. So, staying out for now.
Mine was 68.
68 points.
Yeah, that's why I entered 2 micros.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I just don't
Hey,
like
at
to
least
go.
you're adjusting your position size for
Yeah,
that.
but my TP was 68 too, so that's
Okay, so 1 to
Fair
1
enough.
on that
yeah,
trade.
1 to 1. Yeah.
Nice. Let's see if the 120s here can hold on the NASDAQ. It doesn't look like they want to, but that's currently where the buyers are sitting. And then we have 23,100. So
I'm kind
Man,
of
we are
surprised
just
that with the moves of the last couple days, the VIX is basically still below 17. That's, I mean, it's up well,
interesting.
1.2 today. It's up 8%. That's like usually, like traditionally, these moves are 10 to 15% moves in the VIX, if not higher. Which again sort of reinforces what I'm thinking, which is it's a little uncertainty sell off, but it's also we just made new all-time highs a couple weeks ago, so we're taking some profit, we're blowing off the top. 5%. I told you I'd love a 5% correction, love it, because I think that sets us 5% correction and start to leg down out of that. We're going to 10% correction. If we base there, we're probably headed back to I would call new all-time highs, but close. So for any of you swing traders, options traders, that's how I'm going to handle that. But we got to get down there first. And then again, that's about 22,800, 22,900 is approximately, give or take, where 5% correction territory would be.
I do want to bring attention to this area here on SPX. I know for all my options traders out there, we are going to be entering a gap fill potentially at 355s here on SPX. I do have SPX here on my left. So watch ES. If we start breaking down, we could enter this gap fill here on SPX. And again, gap fills tend to fill. So if we're getting the downside momentum, we do have a little bit more room here on ES. ES is also trying to break this demand zone. You guys can see right here. So I think, yeah, 377s are going to be on watch. 100 here on the NASDAQ is also going to be on watch. This is going to be a very key area. Like I said, this gap fill is going to be important, whether we hold it or whether we just continue slicing through. And right now it looks like the bears are taking over. So watching this area very, very closely, the 377 area here on, call it like 374, 375 here on ES. We start to clear that. I will be looking for a potential next short entry.
Dad, yes, I know the VIX futures rollover, but I'm just talking about the VIX itself, the index. And yes, I know they're related. I know but yeah, I'm just talking about the spot VIX.
It just keeps going.
It's
Yeah,
just
it really
rolling
does.
over today. Yeah. It's almost just like a sell the rip sort of day.
23K is definitely not out of range.
Yeah.
Yeah, Z 23. I mean, 23 is on again. This is what we were talking with Amas about. You know, you got to be able to kind of take your, take your macro view. I may or may not have some SPY puts that I'll be looking at here in the next few hours. No sign of it slowing down, so I'm not gonna tempt myself to go cash them in yet.
Man, they are not letting up.
One thing also about those days, looking back at my data, I take so many losers, let's say, or I used to take so many losers trying to, go along on those type of days. Usually, like when you see a sell-off super hard like this, now instead of trying to go along and predict the bottom, I wait for structure to be put in a little bit more. So few more candles of accumulation and then see the real move happen. Like a lot of times I would get burned, let's say, even if I'm looking at the opening price of a candle and it's going higher and higher, and it's bullish, but then I'd get squeezed on the next one immediately. And yeah, so usually that's why I wait. Let's say right now we'd wait for multiple candles to form and then look for longs.
Well, I think you make a good point, and I think with your trade, you made a great point, is that you didn't catch the huge downward move in the first few minutes, yet you came in and made some money. Merriam's system set up for a short in that time. And so again, guys, two different traders, two different systems, both caught a nice move. So don't. And again, guys, moves like this, I know we had one yesterday, we got one today, and they've been more common this year. And to be honest, that's something we're going to have to start accommodating. But at the same time, these are what I've talked about on the show before, is these 20% days, right? They don't happen as often as the 80% days. And so when you can catch moves on days like today, follow your systems, excellent. That's awesome. But building systems for days like today is a little more difficult, simply because, again, they don't happen as often.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, these shorts still want to come in. Yeah, gap fill is trying to hold here on SPX. Literally ticked it right now. So we're flirting with a very important area here on ES. NASDAQ, I think, still has a little bit more room, but I don't know. It's going to be an interesting spot.
Just give me a setup, please.
Yeah, definitely need a 50, 60 point pullback here to get a nice continuation move.
Not gonna lie, this is a day that's really frustrating for me. When I know I missed my first setup, then I see the entire move happening that I would have taken, and then I don't get another setup. It's like I'm eager to click that button, but that's when you know, that's when we got.
Well, but you didn't chase. You didn't compromise your system. If you miss an entry, all right, that sucks. But you didn't then create an entry off some bullshit, right?
No,
that's where people get in trouble. That's where I've gotten in trouble.
Absolutely, but it's still. I'm not gonna lie, it still feels.
Oh, absolutely.
Or it's still hard, you know. Like even at this point, it's still hard to just stay out of this.
But where did you want to enter?
My original entry, dude. The original entry would have been on where was it? Here, 23,370.
Wow.
That would have been the original one. However,
but you didn't compound a mistake with a mistake, though. That's my point.
No, I did not. It's still frustrating.
Not that you're not pissed off. Like, I can hear it in your voice. and we never hear your voice deviate from that. But it is. Yeah, that's frustrating. But
no, I get that. Well, especially because sorry.
I was just gonna say, Dragonfly, you show me somebody that doesn't make any mistakes or doesn't occasionally miss an entry, but I don't care how long they've been trading, and I'll show you somebody who's full of shit. So no, that's it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mary.
No, I was just saying. I mean, it's one of those things that's always going to It's traumatizing because as a trader, you've gone through those bad habits to try to break them, and it's the right thing to do is to sit it out and just wait for another area of confirmation. But it's always so tough looking at the market doing something like this because, to your point, Matt, I mean, these are the 20% days that I look for, right? And even for me, I know I'm not going to catch the full move. Of course, you never catch the full move. You never catch the top and then sell at the bottom. That never happens. If it does, it's extremely rare. And so for me, even looking at this, I'm like, okay, well, where would my next entry be, right? I'm not really necessarily trying to enter right here. I would much rather prefer a pullback. But at the same time, you can kind of justify, you can sit there and try to talk yourself into a trade over and over again. And at the end of the day, you just got to remind yourself, what brought you here in the first place? What were those bad habits that you had to kick? If for example, you're a reform chaser, you are someone who falls into FOMO, you are someone who doesn't wait for confirmation, take note of that and understand what your patterns are and acknowledge that for yourself and say, hey, I've come a long freaking way from this point, and be proud of yourself for not chasing into a trade that you normally would have, because again, these sort of days are going to challenge you, but you have to stay patient and stay agile and just know all right, there will be another trade, there will be another setup. Just let the day, there's so much more day left, guys. But we are breaking now. So
Well said.
Next 3K incoming.
Yeah, next
I
level.
didn't think we'd hit it today, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta say, Matt, you gotta say, I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah. Buy my course.
So SPX is entering the gap fill as well. ES, like I said, ES breaking the 75s was the first level here. I said I was going to enter this. I didn't. I missed my entry. So right now we are coming down to these areas. NASDAQ, next level of demand is going to be sitting at 23,057, which we are literally 10 points away from. I'm going to start removing some of these demand zones on my charts. This is absolutely insane to look at this. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah.
If we break this demand zone, guys, 23,027 is going to be really that next area. If we break that, then I think we have some room. I think we have some room.
Dog, I see your question. I'm not 100% sure what you're asking. How do you avoid play +2 -2 days on like today? I mean, we've basically been hugging the -2 standard deviation the whole way down. So yeah, I'm not, again, maybe you want to rephrase that or follow up. But yeah, I mean, I typically don't trade this close to +2 or -2 standard dev. I mean, there are systems that that are just reversal systems off that. We hit -2 standard dev, we go long. But obviously that would have gotten you absolutely annihilated this morning. So keep in mind, every trading setup, every system, every group of setups has market conditions that works great under, and it has market conditions that will get annihilated under. Anything other than absolute shorts in the last two, yesterday and today, in the opening 5, 10, 15, it will get you annihilated. So you just got to kind of keep everything in perspective. There's so much day left. Dragonfly, forget that. There's so many more days left. Right?
Many more weeks.
I mean, I don't know you personally, but unless you're not like 100 some years old, or you don't have any sort of terminal health condition, there's a lot of trading days left. So FOMO is a nasty bitch, but you just gotta get her out of your head.
Tick Thoughts says, Miriam, it's easy to talk like this when you're green, but when you're on tilt, you'll be like, I'm not going to say that. But I mean, no, I get that. I mean, but the same thing goes is like, there were other plays that, for example, I could have taken that I didn't, right? And, yes, of course, like when you're green, okay, you're green, but you got to understand who you are as a trader, right? And you got to know, like, whether I'm green, whether I'm flat, whether I'm red, you have to be as neutral as possible, right? This is why I say, like, don't get too excited when you make a good day, right? Or don't get too excited when you're in a play and you're oh my God, I'm making profits. Yeah. Like, don't freak out so much. Like, you have to be as neutral as possible. You guys see me, like, when I'm trading, I'm like, all right, I'm moving my stop here. I'm doing this. Like, I'm trying to talk out my trades, because as neutral as I can stay, whether I am red, whether I am in a losing position, whether I am green on the day, whatever it is, like, that habit is so important in your trades, because you need to find neutrality. Like, yes, you're going to be emotional as a trader. That's not going to go away ever as a human. But like, if you can be as neutral as possible, like, you got to be able to be balanced, because you can't have super high highs and super low lows. Like, this industry is not meant for that. And so it's important to start building a habit of like, all right, I'm making a profit. Great. Okay. Focus. What is my next target? Where can I see buyers stepping in? Where, like, if I'm talking about the opposite side of the trade, what am I looking at? Right. So I don't know. I hope that's important. I hope that's helpful to anyone here, because that's something that really helped me in my trading, is like, even for my husband, for example, like, he, for the most part, he doesn't really know most days whether I had a good day or a bad day. And I like to keep it that way. So if he asks me like, oh, how was your day? How was your trading? Like, oh, good. I made money. Great. Like, I'm never like, yeah, like I won like da-da-da, and it was this and it was really, like, I'm never like losing my shit because I made, a great day. Even the days that I made like my biggest days, like, yeah, I was happy, I celebrated, but it was like, all right, the next day is a clean slate. Let's focus on that, because I know as a trader, as quickly as that money came, it can also go away. But I know obviously my risk parameters for that, to make sure that I'm not gonna, over leverage myself or whatever the case may be. And I think once you start to remove the emotional boundaries and try to keep yourself as neutral as possible, that's going to be a lot more helpful in your trading process and being able to make more money as the trading days come and go. So just keep that in mind. Like, don't take a loss as a bad day. It's not necessarily like, oh, I took a loss, like this is a bad day, tomorrow's going to also be a bad day. Don't go into it like that. But also understand like what your emotions look like when you're trading, right? How are you feeling when you're actually trading? Are you getting excited? Are you getting emotional? Are you getting are you freaking out? Like, you got to be aware of that, but also be able to focus and see what is happening in front of you. What is price action telling you? And that'll keep the biases away, and make you a little bit more neutral. So hopefully that's helpful. So right now we are getting a bounce at this kind of at this demand zone here. ES did a nice look below and fail of this demand zone as well. So 6370s is going to be a key area for us on ES as well. Let's see if we can make the move back to the 390s. And then I would say NASDAQ would need to get back above. It's still going to be that 200, but at minimum, I would say like 180. But right now, trying to potentially put in its footing here for longs.
Did we find the bottom? Are we not going to 23K? Well, I think.
Well, I will tell you, I would love this to get up to about the 180 mark and get in the standard deviation band, the highway, as it were. I would love to grab a short up there.
So basically, the strategy is like go to the highway, then be scared to cross it and turn around.
No, the strategy is life is a highway. I'll ride it all night long.
There you go.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're getting married, so fine.
And
Amos, we got a couple of ICT questions in the chat from Motion. If you want to take a peek at those.
For sure. What's the question?
The question is,
let's see. The first one says, Amos, as an ICT trader, we know there are 4 reasons for price to move. My question from it is, why does price need to be balanced?
Okay, good question. Price, let's say we view it, ICT traders, we view price as either price goes towards a liquidity pool, so highs and lows, or towards a fair value gap, which is an imbalance. So let's say in this case, okay, if I take a look at this 15-minute chart, I can see that right here we had a huge sell-off, right? What does that tell me? It tells me that there's a lot of aggressive participants that pushed price down here without seeing any pullbacks. What does that mean? It means that price was so aggressive at this area that there was low volume traded, okay, low volume traded. What does that mean? It means that right here, price has an imbalance in volume. It needs to retrace back towards this gap in order to have enough fuel to go to the downside or even to go to the upside. This is just basically the principle behind, impulsion, pullback, impulsion. So let's say in this case, when I see a 15-minute fair value gap form, I want to see price trading back towards this gap because I know that the price is not necessarily at its fair value right now because there was so many aggressive bearish participants that push price down without any retracement. So in order for the market to be healthy, we need to trade back towards this low volume area to fill it, basically.
Okay.
But that's really important. You see, like I see a lot of people, not even ICT traders, but like I said in the beginning, they're so focused on the 1-minute chart, when the 1-minute chart in reality is complete noise if you don't know, like if you don't have a good framework on how to read price on the higher time frame. Let's say in this case, it's a good possible long opportunity, in my opinion, because there is an imbalance. So you have a reason why you should target this zone here. You created an imbalance in price. So just looking at the past price action, you could go back this, but how many times do we create 15-minute gaps like those and we trade back towards them? A lot of times. So that's a good framework on why you should take longs, but not just looking at a 1-minute chart and take longs off of a market structure shift blindly, because this is also a reason why shorts would try to squeeze longs in this exact same pattern on the 1-minute chart. There's always a reason why someone would go short where you would go long. Every single entry is a possible exit or vice versa. So the 1-minute chart is not so good to look at without a framework, in my opinion.
Yeah, for every good trader or every smart trader who is going long, there's an equally smart trader going short.
Exactly.
So there has to be a transaction somehow, right?
Absolutely.
So
Is
what do
there
you
any
go ahead.
other ICT questions?
I think there was another one actually. Let me
Hold on,
go
I
back.
got it. I know your edge works in NQ through back testing, forward testing. Have you found it working on any other assets?
Good question. The framework that I have works on other assets, but not as well. The fact that NQ is so volatile makes it better for my framework. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think these shorts are gonna try to step back in here.
Taking
I think
another
we
short,
can
Mary.
I wanted a little bit more of a pullback. ES looks like it wants to go though.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for a 5-minute candle close below 108. That would be interesting for a short for me.
That's a good entry. Like in this exact scenario, this is like a scenario where if you blindly long this market structure shift on the 1-minute chart on a bearish trend like this, it's gonna be hard to win this trade.
It's gonna be a big stop loss though. It's gonna be 50 points or something.
Yeah.
No risk, no Rari.
No raise, no rare. Gotta do it like the CEO. So
Amir, and by the way, I caught you out. Did you have any question? Like you was gonna ask me a question.
Oh
I think.
shoot,
I cut you out a little bit.
Oh no, you didn't come. No, I think I was just gonna start yapping about something else, but
Okay.
you're good. You're good. No, this looks like it wants more room. Wants more room to the downside. 100's being tested again here. Oof, yeah. I would have liked an entry closer to like the 140s. That would have been nice.
Felix asking, how do you guys manage position size on funded accounts? I always feel like you have to go so aggressive to make profit targets somehow. I'm just sort of getting into the funded account world in the last couple of months here, but I know, Amos, you trade a lot of Tradeify funded accounts, and Miriam, I know you've done some of that as well. Like, I'll just say, I don't think you treated them any differently, do you? I mean, it's just you're still just trying to make, small, steady profits as you go along. I think, Amos, you're copying a few accounts, but you're just going for base hits here or there, right?
Absolutely. So my view on it is you need to understand your system in the first place. So if you have a high frequency of trades, then why would you risk a lot on every single trade knowing that you have 2-3 trades every single day? But let's say you have 10 trades a month, then in order for you to get paid at some point, then you need to increase your risk because you're not trading a lot. So once you understand that, then you can position yourself better, but you need to understand your system in the first place. So if you have a high win rate, then you could just go for base hits that are pretty regular. But if you have a low win rate and high risk to reward, then tighten the risk a little bit.
Man, we didn't quite get up. Man, I was really hoping for a push up to the -1 standard dev line. We pushed a little bit into the zone, but the zone is so big because of the price expansion. I can't use that as an indicator. Would have been a nice one though. Boy, I'm all of a sudden not so sure we're not going to 23K today. This feels like it just wants to break down yet again.
Wait, you're not sure we're going to 23K?
I'm not so sure we won't be going to 23K today.
Lots of negative
I know how it sounds in my head. I'm working through it.
I'm not sure that we're not
I
going.
got a lot on my mind, damn it.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think, man, this is just heavy. This is just heavy looking. Really any sort of pullback you get. I mean, the 9 EMA here on the 5-minute is really holding every retest, barely even getting retest, to be honest. And, you know, I think it's every pop feels like a shortable opportunity. So again, I wouldn't like, in terms of looking for fishing for any longs right now, this is not the time to do it. You really got to wait for confirmation above key levels. Any of these key levels, again, on the NASDAQ, that's going to be like, at this point, 178, 200. Those are all going to be key levels on the NASDAQ. And then ES, I would say like at minimum 390 to get back above. But 396 would be probably the key area for us to consider longs, because I think, you know, you have a chance of possibly hitting pre-market low if that's the case. Otherwise, it's seeming like a bloodbath today.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you, Leia. Like, they got me. I don't speak LA. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I was just, you know, trying to confirm a more structured communication there.
You're on the wrong show.
This is true. This is true. Good point.
You've been here since day one. You know what fuckery goes on around here.
This is true. Oh, I just realized I didn't have my... Wait, so Nick is in a short?
I think he is.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
All right.
Pretty sure he is. But that's a good short in my opinion. Those on this 5-minute chart looks really good actually.
Nice. Yeah. Thing is, ES made a new low. NASDAQ did not. So we are still holding this demand here at the 50s on NASDAQ. I mean, we haven't even touched the 50s, but I would look for, yeah, possible like consolidation in this area.
Absolutely. After a big move like this,
Yeah.
most likely gonna get chopped up.
Yeah, it's entirely possible we spend an hour just kind of in a 30, 40, 40 point range here. I don't know though. I feel like it wants another leg down. Just such a hard and immediate rejection of that negative standard 1 deviation band.
Amos Motion says, thank you for your insight. Why does market want to go back to the fair value gap? Don't traders already transact at current price?
Because there's low volume and price is attracted to those low volume areas because there's a lot of passive participants waiting to get filled there. Basically the principle behind it. Like price is attracted to the liquidity and, you know, passive participants, and those aggressive participants will drive price up. So, you know, aggressive buyers and aggressive sellers are the one moving the market, and those passive orders this is what feels basically an aggressive participants in the market. So if there's a lot of, you know, participants waiting to get filled here on this fair value gap, and you see a lot of buyers pushing price to the upside, then this is the zone that you want to target, or possibly looking for a bounce here also. Since there's low volume, it could catch, you know, a nice seller here, and those aggressive buyers will not be able to push price back up after the zone, and then you could see a potential reversal happening from the zone. Like 15-minute gaps, in my opinion, intraday are a really good confirmation to gauge where are those aggressive participants on the higher time frame, and where are those passive participants on the higher time frame. You know, like I'm explaining ICT in the market auction theory concepts, basically, which is completely, wrong, because like ICT is like, ICT built the algo, and it's one centralized algorithm, which I don't think it is. But regardless, I think the market auction theory makes more sense in terms of what's actually happening in the transactions that are happening in the market.
Yeah.
But those ICT concepts, in terms of candlestick patterns and in terms of the framework overall, I really think they're complete. They're really good.
Well, and that's kind of what's cool about your strategy too, because you've kind of developed your own version of trading ICT.
Absolutely.
And so you said you worked with your brother to try to work something out and figure out your own strategy that works out for you. So yeah, I think having you can pull from different areas and make it your own, and that's what makes it uniquely good for you.
Oh, absolutely.
There was one other question, I believe, from Paraloco. Yeah, Amos' question: when you got into your trade, you took the top of the fair value gap. How did you confirm it? Because I got too early and need to fix this because it's not the first time that I made the same mistake.
Okay, good question. Basically, in all cases, I rather stay cash than lose money on my trade because I entered too aggressively. Okay, that's first. Let's say for me, if I have my target being this low, because I see those aggressive participants in the market, I see that this 4-hour candle is closing bearish aggressively, and it's trading below the opening price and accepting price below this opening, I know I want to take shorts. But if I see this 5-minute bar closing as a pin bar, then why would I try to short here, knowing that it has so much chances of filling this internal gap? It's the same principle. I know that the participants and the limit orders are sitting right here inside this gap. So even if price goes here and hits my target, why would I engage in this area, knowing that price has so much more chances of hitting this fair value gap to then go back down? So it's really about patience, not necessarily about technicals in this case. Of course, like I'm telling you, like I put my limit order inside this gap, but the play could have been to enter aggressively. We never know. But for me, I rather stay cash than lose on a trade because I entered too aggressively and being forced to get out of that trade. That makes sense. That's like a scalping mindset also, because you're gonna have more opportunities. So knowing that you're gonna have another opportunity in the market, which is why I love scalping so much, you could pick and choose your setups. You could be a little bit more picky and take the ones that look the best rather than just forcing something.
I love it. Well, we are starting to get some selling coming in. I'm not sure if Nick has his target at a specific area, but we do
30,
have some
30, 30, 30.
Oh wait, how come I
30 is
can't
my
see you on the
target.
screen?
Because Drew hasn't pulled me up yet. But
Oh.
I think they can hear me. I think they
Well,
can hear me.
we'll let that get figured out behind the scenes. So, Amos, I just want to remind everybody. So, starting this Sunday, 6 o'clock Eastern. Am I correct on that time?
Nick told me CST, so I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's
Background,
CST.
Nick, can you let us know? Is it 6 o'clock Eastern or 6 o'clock Central Time when Amos is going on? So you're going to be doing a back testing session. You're going to be helping people do that, and you're going to have leaderboards and giveaways. It sounds like it's going to be. I will, if I'm back in town by then, I will definitely be watching. So I'm looking forward to that. 6 p.m. Central, so that's 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's even easier for me to make it then. So yeah, that's outstanding. So Amos, welcome to the Tradeify TV team on a permanent basis here. And you'll still be here every Wednesday, so we're looking forward to that as well. Excellent. So you're going to show people how to do the work of trading. So thanks so much for being here today, and we will see you on Sunday.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye, Amos. Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to get Nick loaded back up in the background here. I think he said his targets are down in the 30s.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a hell of a trade.
Yeah, this is we are just bleeding. I know we have our coach Tank here also queued up in the back end. So he is, you guys are not ready for this. You guys are not ready for this because he already has his collared white shirt and everything. We are we are we are excited. Yeah, so Nick doesn't have to completely ignore him for the rest of the stream. But we are getting him already in the back end.
I'm so looking forward to this. This is like my favorite Coach Tank episode ever. Okay.
Yeah,
you got everyone going out and buying white tees.
You know what? Before we go any further, let's just go ahead and bring him on.
Yeah, let's just bring him on.
So everybody, let's welcome our live performance trader coach, Coach Tank. Coach, how you doing today?
Damn, you look good. Holy shit.
Very well, everybody. I hope you're well. I dusted off a work shirt, so here we go.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Well, we appreciate that. Like the way you came on last week and Nick's reaction, it reminded me. I remember I was 16 and I forgot to call my high school girlfriend one night, and she didn't like talk to me for like 2 days. So that kind of reminded me of Nick's reaction. But thankfully, we should be a little lower drama this week.
Yeah. It was a little bit. I know. You know what? I'm not gonna double up week in, week out. So. I thought I'll put on a white shirt. We can do our Mormon trading session. It's all good.
What was it? Somebody in the background chat said we're basically a cult at the white t-shirt cult at this point. So
yes, there's a musical about us.
So, Coach, I have to ask you. Did you catch yesterday's show?
I didn't, unfortunately.
Okay.
I know.
I'd like to go watch 30 minutes of that sometime, and I would love your opinion, how you would coach the gentlemen that were here.
Yeah. Okay. I heard it was a bit of a banger. So
it was good. They made a shit ton of money.
Yeah. Fair. No, I saw that. So no, I'll certainly have a look at that. I'm afraid, I was out yesterday, but interesting. It's really interesting listening to Amas talk actually. He's a chilled individual, isn't he? He's a very chilled individual. I like it. But he listened to him today. I completely agree with what he said about setting up framework in slightly larger time frames and then executing the one. That makes perfect sense. But it's been an interesting day today. I'm going to go through a couple of things that I've done from yesterday and today. My Tradeify account is all but done. I've sent everything through, so hopefully next Wednesday we'll have the account all sorted.
Nice.
But
exciting.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I mean, from what everyone was looking at today on the US markets, I was long UK markets the whole time. So it's quite interesting. And these are sort of correlations that you should be able to understand that. Trade deals are good, but if it's very good for the UK, then it generally suggests that the US is going to be importing a lot from the UK, and generally they had a good deal with France yesterday, which is what I'll show you the reaction to the French market. What that will do is have an adverse effect on the US markets, but so we saw essentially inverse correlation between the UK stock market and the US stock market. So as that was selling off, FTSE was flying high. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. But also a gold setup today. Really nice gold trade today. I think you guys were looking at gold earlier today, weren't you? I think one of you was. Yeah, I think that's kind of thing that we spoke about weeks ago with Nick about sort of, having a look at gold and seeing potentially clean moves in gold as well. It's all correlated, and it's FOMC. There's a lot going on with the Fed, so a lot of people will be cutting positions, taking their money off the table, so to speak, which is also why we see that will add again to the sell-off. So just closing out longer term longs. But it's been interesting, and I also want to talk today about the concept of tilt. It's something that I hear a lot. I know a lot of people. Hi everybody. I know a lot of people have been referring to tilt like it's a thing. Now I know it is a thing, but it's kind of like imagine you sort of were having a party at home, and you got this cousin that nobody really likes, but you still refer to this cousin still exists, and this cousin still turns up every now and then. But because you've kind of made a sort of character of this person. They exist. I mean, I didn't know, and I didn't even understand the concept until I started working with Tradeify. The concept of tilt. It was something that just wasn't allowed into our repertoire. It wasn't allowed into our language. It was a concept that we didn't acknowledge. And sometimes when you acknowledge a concept and you kind of give it a label and a name, you also allow for it more often, like this dodgy cousin at the party. So the idea is I've spoken to a lot of people, a lot of traders I've been working with, and they refer to tilt like, oh, I expect tilt to come, and tilt can come, and if it comes, it's awful. And yeah, I tilted last week, and I tilted today, and I'm probably going to tilt next week at some point. And you kind of normalize this concept of tilt, which allows you to just accept it as a part and parcel of trading. Now, I can tell you for 11 years, tilt has never been part and parcel of my trade. It's never been a thing. So I think it's quite interesting. I'm going to try and see whether it works or not, or how heavily embedded it is in people. But all the sessions I'm doing with our live traders, one of the things we're working on is not even allowing tilt to be a concept. So, it's good to acknowledge if it happens, but the idea is sometimes it happens because it's been acknowledged. And, this whole chicken and egg situation. So it's a really interesting one with tilt, but just turn this to white show. Yep, that's it. So yeah, it's a really interesting thing, this concept of tilt. It's, like I said, you normalize something, it allows it to creep in a lot more. And I'm not going to label it as this, but one of the traders I had a session with yesterday, I've heard it before 3 times already. One of them likened it to the concept of depression. And if depression became an everyday word, then a lot of people, if they're just a bit upset, might say, oh, it's depression, depression happened, depression, and it kind of normalizes it, which it should be in that sense. But also, if you normalize it too much, you just allow it to creep into your day-to-day life, and you make excuses and say, oh, it's just depression. And it's a similar thing with tilt. So you've got to be kind of careful labeling something and talking about it in such a manner that is normalized, because the ideal actually is to not even invite that cousin because he doesn't exist anymore. That kind of idea, which is a bit of a strange way to go. But yeah, I think we're a bit too friendly with the concept of tilt. I don't think we should be so friendly with that concept, because that allows it to creep in and you kind of allow for it a little bit more. Whereas, like I said, to be honest, for 11 years, it's never been, and it's not just because I'm super disciplined, it's just because that's how I was brought up, that no, you have a daily risk, you hit that daily risk, you're out the game. You don't have an option to go further. And so it's an interesting one, but we'll see how heavily embedded tilt is, or whether it's something that we can campaign against. Yeah, that's going to be my t-shirt, I think. A campaign against tilt.
Fight the tilt.
But again, that's acknowledging it, which is actually counterproductive to my whole idea. So, I don't even know how to go about this, but it's a really tricky one, because you have to acknowledge it to kind of delete it.
So probably do the ignorethetilt.com.
Or do you guys remember those DARE campaigns? Was that just a US thing where it was like, DARE, don't do drugs? You can do like tilt. Don't
Sounds
go.
like a US thing, but
Oh,
I
maybe.
like
Okay. Guys, in the comments, I need you guys to like confirm this. You guys remember the DARE campaigns, right? But anyways, yes, we'll get some t-shirts.
But yeah, it's an interesting one, really. And so yeah, let's see if it works or not. I don't know exactly how important of a concept it is, that it needs to be acknowledged and is referred to as kind of like I said, it's kind of like the annoying friend that still turns up or you still invite. But me, I'm very good at deleting people completely, so maybe we can delete it. Let's see. But let's see. I want to show you if you can. I want to show you if it's possible. Then, could you share my screen if possible? I'm just going to show you a setup here on FTSE today, because it just closed out recently to me, so it might be worth showing exactly what happened today. So if you can put my screen on, I'd appreciate that.
I think your screen is not sharing, Tank, like from your end.
Yeah, that's correct.
It was just a test for Drew.
Always a problem between the keyboard and the chair with me.
Well.
That's all right.
Now it's up.
I'm not right. Cool. So this. I know everybody wants to see NQ and ES. We will come to ES today because I do think there was an entry on ES today. Maybe not NQ, but I think there was an entry on ES today with that short. But I'll just show you this very briefly. I mean, again, this is, going back to what Amas said, even though, I'm executing on 5 minutes and I sometimes execute on 1 minute, I still try and get a bigger picture. And you definitely need a bigger picture when you are coming to all-time highs like we are here in the FTSE. Okay, so again, coming to big all-time highs, as most things are. And we spoke about target setting into the distance. Okay, how does one set a target into the distance? For me, it's relatively simple. We're going to look for, there's the high, and we're going to look for 100% expansion. Remember, I said there are 3 things really: price pattern expansions, Fibonacci expansions. So this is when you're trying to chart into no man's land at all-time highs. That's relevant for a lot of you guys when we break these highs. Fibonacci expansions, price pattern MPOs, minimum price objectives, pivot points. Okay, so on this kind of time frame, you probably want to go for weekly pivot points because we're on a larger time frame. So the weekly pivot points or monthly pivot points, and then final thing would be psychological round numbers. Okay, so these are the things that you want to see. You want to see confluence in those levels. You want to see them line up. Remember, as a technical analyst, this was stuff that I had to do for a multitude of banks, which was basically when we're breaking these highs, it was happening a lot of equity markets. We're breaking these highs, justify technically where we should be taking this to over X amount of time. So exact same sort of system that I would use there. We'd go somewhere like this. Okay, so from this move here, we come back to there. Just going to take that across, something like that, and you can see the 100% expansions roughly around about there. Fine. Second thing that I wanted to look at, like I said, was the pivot points. Have them on here. Boom, there. So we can see that there. So we've got 2 levels of confluence: the 100% expansion. The 100% expansion. We then also have the 100% expansion. We then also have the pivot point here, the R2. And then finally, this purple line, I've put it at 9,300. Okay, a big round number. And to check whether round numbers are relevant, it's also worth checking. Don't just assume round numbers are relevant. Just have a look at the previous time that a market came to a round number in that fashion. Okay, so the previous time that a market came to that round number, so I need to put the here. It's what I meant to have done. In a minute. Cool. So we're somewhere like this. Okay, so the idea is check also last time we were at a round number, did the market care about it? And the answer is yes. Okay, look at this. This is the 9,200. So at the round number here, 9,200, hit that level, came back off. So it appreciated the round number. Nevertheless, here we go, 15-minute level. How do I know that? Purple. Okay, so support level in there. Is it relevant? Yes. Look to the left. One little cluster, 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 cluster. So touch and touch. So relevant level of support here, relevant level of resistance here is 5 minutes, and then the target we created from the confluence of these 3 levels. Okay, the 100% expansion, the pivot point taken from the weekly pivot points, and the big round number of 9,300. And that was how a target was determined today. Remember, I don't get in bang on the opens anymore, so let the 8 o'clock candle do its thing. We got another little double-ended lightsaber there at 8 o'clock. You can see that in the 15. Going to 5, that's my execution time frame normally, sometimes 1s, and it looks something like this. Okay, so that was the setup. This is exactly how I trade. I'll place an order, I'll do all of this, I'll place an order, and then I went straight into a meeting at 10 o'clock today. Actually a meeting about the trader show in London, Nick, which you're going to be attending, I believe.
The London session?
No, the trader show in London in September.
Show. Yes, I will. Yeah.
So
we're gonna shoot some more content there, Coach.
Yeah. There's going to be plenty going on. I'm currently looking at bars and restaurants for us.
Oh yeah.
Priorities.
Yeah. Just local intel.
When is that happening?
End of last week of September, I
Yeah,
believe.
last week of September.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. So we've got the full squad, a big squad coming over. But nevertheless, 10 o'clock I went into a meeting, and that's perfect for me because essentially this is what happened as the market started. So I got entered. Okay, you can see that there, entered into the trade, and it just kind of drifted a little
Wow.
bit. But for me, the idea is I'm not involved in any of this. Okay, I was in a meeting the whole afternoon until about 1 o'clock. I finished because I had a trader session straight after. The market continued on its merry way. I came back to it now, and at this moment in time, I'm well within my right to move my stop loss, and I moved my stop loss, as you can imagine. Very sensible place would be just above this level here, just below that level there, and then I let it continue. Okay, and as you guys were talking, this is what 2-3 o'clock here, so an hour ago. Okay, we made our way up and we continued bang on to our 300 level. Okay, and look what it did at the 300 level. More importantly, at the 9300 level, it wasn't just me that was closing positions there. A lot of people would have been closing positions there. That's exactly what's happening in the market. Okay, this is the fact that we sold off at that level, supply demand zone. It wasn't just me. Okay, and it's very, very simple. It was just a level to level. There was a reason I could justify, and if I wrote a report here, and fundamentally, the US and UK, it turns out our deal is getting better and better, and the UK is doing well with regards to our deal with the US. Okay, so the idea is very simple: bullish FTSE, very clear level to go through, very clear stop loss to place my stop behind 15-minute level, and the target, we had to create a target, and it was a cluster, as I mentioned, cluster of if I just get rid of this there. It was the cluster of the 100% expansion of the previous move, the weekly pivot point, and the big fat round number, and attained. Okay, just throughout the afternoon. So late morning, early afternoon. It's a perfect trade for me because I'm just using my simple ingredients well, and that's what we're doing right now. We're flirting at that level right now. This is a live chart now, and it showed that round number was relevant. That's in no man's land. Okay, market's not been there before, so this is how we have to trade. And the idea is guys, I know I'm showing you this on the FTSE. You could trade the FTSE if you want, but the idea is it's relevant on all markets, that same technical analysis. Okay, so that's why I'm showing it on the FTSE, because that's predominantly what I like to trade. FTSE, French CAC. French CAC was, I know this looks awful, bear with me. This was Tuesday. Okay, all these levels, I know it looks awful. They go all the way across, but this was very simply Tuesday. And again, it was similar situation. Okay, EU and the US, very good deal. There was a lovely 5-minute. There's a lovely 5-minute level. Lovely 5-minute level here. And we can see we entered through that level, taking it to the next 5-minute level, so up here. And as the market then actually, we're in the 1-minute chart, by the way, which is why candles are so small. So 1-minute stop loss, that's black for me. We hit that, target done. But now this is the whole point. Okay, so a lot of people say, oh, if you hit targets, what do you do? Do you just stop for the day? I don't agree with that. Okay, I personally think that if the market is trending your way, if it keeps showing you points of entry, go for it. I don't believe in holding a trade the whole day. I find that difficult, but if you presents you with an opportunity to get in again, get in again. So here we can see the market hit my target level at 5-minute, which is then acted as resistance as you expected. We can then trade through it. There's your entry. This is a big 15-minute level taken from all the way down to the left, and it created a 1-minute little pullback here, which was the opportunity for the stop loss. As you can see, entered on a second position. Again, 1.3 is my minimum, so I was okay here. And we did something like this, hit that target. But on the way up, you can see it came down and it made a little 1-minute here. Oh, little 1-minute here, resistance, broke, turn, support. And then it went to target. And again, that 15-minute, we expected it to bounce off it, but it didn't. It went through it. So I'm permitted personally to then trade through a level. And here again, straight through a level, 1-minute stop loss. And the market continued up. That's a big 15 minutes resistance at the top there for me. And as I just let this thing continue, boom, 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 there, done. Now, it did go straight back off this, okay? And this is the point. This is probably as important as all of the trades, this bit of information, because it shows me the relevance of the target. Don't be greedy. This is an hourly resistance at the top there. I didn't target the hourly, I targeted the 15. It was a 1.9, that's more than enough for me. And the market sold straight off it. A lot of people taking profits. So the idea is in these markets, a lot of people are struggling, saying, oh, the markets are moving too much, there's too much volatility, so on and so forth. But the idea is if you have the relevant levels, your entry, stops, and targets based on information coming from the charts, empirical information, then you should believe in those levels, because if you did it time in, time out, the odds are those levels will be relevant. And sticking to your plan is much, much easier if you have calculated everything. Okay, so if you've calculated everything, if everything's has a level of reason behind it, it's not a financial reason, it's not a numerical reason, it's a technical reason based on what the market has done there before. Marry that with a fundamental driver, you have a perfect combination. Okay, fundamental driver yesterday, EU talking about having a strong deal with the US. We got something like this. Fundamental driver today was again reiteration of what's happening in the UK with regards to our relationship with the US. Brilliant. And then finally, you guys in the US, we had gold. Okay, gold's going up. There's a little bit of risk off, and so people are putting money into gold at the moment. Japanese yen, how do I know that? I looked at a correlation with Japanese yen strengthened also, but this was a really nice setup in gold. Okay, so market turned. I didn't pick the bottom. I didn't try and get in right at the bottom to pick the bottom. Again, I waited for it to turn a little bit. Had a really good 5-minute resistance level here. These are just 5-minute levels, all of these. I know that because they're in pink. 5 minute, we gave ourselves a little 5-minute stop loss. You entered through the top there, got entered on a little wick here. But again, this is really interesting because again, earlier today, I'm busy. Okay, so I'm happy. So I'm busy. I get this level in. I get entered here on the wick. And this is the moment in any trade, when I personally trade, this is the moment where I think, oh no, I've made a mistake, me personally. Okay? Even though it's calculated, just psychology affects everybody. It's this moment. The moment you get entered on a wick, the market comes back, straight back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30 minutes, completely returning on me, thinking, you know what, Zanka, you've messed up here. But I didn't have that feeling because I wasn't watching my trade. Okay, because I believed in the stop, I believed in the entry, I believed in the driver, which was moving money away from the US equity markets into something like gold. And everything was in line with me. And then we continued on our way, and you can see here, it did fly straight through my target, fair enough. But for me, taking a 2-to-1 is more than enough. I'm not somebody that wants to try and have a retirement trade ever, actually. I'd much rather have continual income in the sense of 1.5s, 1.3s, 1.8s, 2s is a big trade for me. So that gold today, again, very, very simple, level to level. I'm on the back of the fundamental as the driver. And so it's really, really simple. We're in London, southwest London, just south of Battersea, by Battersea Park. Is it worth going, or more an industry event? Matt G, are you referring to the trader show? It's actually going to be full of. Sorry, I'll do a little plug for the trader show, shall I? At the end of we're going to be doing some more, I think. But the idea is there's going to be lots of props. The first prop one, the guy that's organising it does the trader education fair as well, and I went to that a few years. My company sponsored that a few years ago, but so he knows me. But the idea is I think it's worth going to that. Yeah, we're going to have a trader meetup in London, by the way, as well.
I love those in-person events. Like I used to do those all the time when I was working for trades. Like I loved those and so many in this country went away after COVID, and they've never come back.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Meeting a lot of Tradeify traders. This is gonna be sick.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a trader meetup, I believe, on the Friday, and then the big fair is on the Saturday. But hopefully, Nick, you can spend a few days in London, because
I will.
Nick and I are going to do our 10K on maybe Wednesday or the Thursday, I'd say.
Yeah, well, I'm flying on Wednesday, so it's gonna be Thursday
Thursday, done.
or
Thur-
Wednesday night or Thursday morning.
Okay. Yeah, cool. We'll work something out. We're going to do a nice little sightseeing 10K around London.
Damn, Miriam, I
so
guess
we-
our invitations got lost in the mail.
I know. I was just thinking that.
Well, I'm
wasn't-
an hour away, guys.
I thought, yeah, he's an hour away. In fairness, I think that might be the difference.
Yeah, I mean, Miriam, you would literally need to fly like what, 12 hours? 10?
Like 9, but yeah.
Oh no, we're not coming. It just would have been nice, I don't know. Just didn't get invited to New York, didn't get invited to London. At this point, I'd be surprised to get invited to something in St. Louis.
Oh no,
Oh, man.
maybe you're that cousin Tilt. That
I
no one
might be.
invites.
I guess so. Damn.
The dodgy cousin. This was my entry on ES today, and I had a target. And for me, the issue was lack of stop loss. I don't know if you were mentioning that, struggling with an entry, Miriam. I couldn't remember. But for me,
I was struggling with an entry. I was just trying to get in at that point.
yeah. So I think this was 230. So we already had the move. We didn't jump in immediately on the open. We had levels taken out. Bam, bam, bam. This is ES by the way, and this was the low. Okay, this little double bottom here was the low. Now, how did we get that target? Sometimes you got to keep it in one time frame, guys, and not just squidge it, but scroll. Okay, that's sometimes what you have to do. And if I just scroll to the left, this is what we had in the 15-minute time frame. Okay, this is from Monday the 11th, and here we can see a great touch. Tuesday the 12th, again Tuesday the 12th, Tuesday. So really clear level of support down here, and then this was that low from again 3 p.m. on Tuesday the 12th. Okay, so that was the entry level, that was the target. Now our issue, if I go back to the current time, which was, sometimes you got to do that, you got to click and drag rather than just zoom in, zoom out. And that was the entry. That's an entry here, target there, fine. Issue for me was stop loss, because on the 5-minute, there's clearly nothing really, nowhere really that I could put a happy stop loss. Maybe if you went into the 1, but it's crazy tight for me. That was the 1 minute. So if you entered through there with a stop loss here, you could have played the odds. I know you mentioned that a few times, not having the best stop loss, but sort of overcoming that with a really good risk reward ratio. Then we look at something like this. So 1 minute support, 1 minute resistance for stop loss, 15-minute entry, 15-minute target. So that was a potential short option on ES for me. I couldn't take that because I just thought that stop loss was just a bit too rogue. Okay, this 1 minute pullback, it wasn't enough for me to warrant being a level for stop. So it's interesting. Nick was saying how he missed something earlier and he didn't jump in. That's exactly what you have to do. Somebody mentioned, oh, there's a lot more time left in the day, and Matt clearly correctly corrected that person and said, yeah, there's more days in the week, there's more weeks in the year, there's more months. Okay, so don't think that and that's why daily targets aren't the smartest thing, because again, if you miss something that was banging your eye line, your scope, then you chase the market if you had a daily target. So don't have daily targets. It's not the smartest thing. Have daily loss limits so that you know what your worst day could be. But don't chase it, because sometimes there's nothing. Amas said he didn't trade a couple of days ago. He didn't trade, which is perfect. You're not going to be trading all the time every day. So having a daily target doesn't make the most sense. But yeah, it's a move. Was it a crazy big move? Again, when you see moves like this, guys, always try and compare them to other candles and really work out, was that move really was it really such a big move? If you just have a look like this, okay, have a look at since the open, we did something like that, and just compare it. That was a 4-hour candle here. This was a candle here. Look at these candles here, candles there, candles there. So it's relatively normal. Okay, so just try and remember that it's relatively normal if you look at the previous price action of ES, for instance. But there was a good option in gold today, like I said. A good option in European markets, like I said. I think you'd have struggled to get in, but you got in the end. This was my hourly to out. Wow, I drew this on the minute chart. a while ago. Okay, for 3 o'clock, I drew this on the minute chart. You trade flags, don't you, Nick? You're a flag kind of guy, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Also, this. I mean, we analyzed this today during the
Okay.
market wake up. There was such a nice flag on NQ,
Yeah.
and then it broke, and obviously we got the big move since then.
Right. And so I put this level in as well when I did this 1 minute analysis. 1 minute's black for me, by the way. So when I did this 1 minute candlestick, bearish flag, I put this hourly level in as a possible target. Where did I get that from? From the hourly chart. So if we scroll back, here, simple as that. Okay, so where did I get that hourly level from as a possible target? I went all the way back in the hourly chart from a touch from the 1st of August, broke it, retested it on the 1st, broke it, retested it on the 4th. Most recent interaction was on the 6th. Clearly, this is a relevant level of support. We are yet to break it, therefore it should be in, and look what the market did today. Okay, it's very, very simple, guys. If you just have a set of rules regarding your levels, look at this. So this market was relevant here, broke it, retested, broke it, retested. Big turning point here on the 6th. Nothing for all this time, and you need to keep that level in because the odds are technical analysts, proper analysts, i.e. smart money, big money analysts will have this level in. They're the ones that turn that market, not us. And so they would have that, and hourly charts and daily charts, most analyzed charts in all of technical analysis. So on the hourly, this level was always going to be relevant. And yeah, I put that in when I drew this little flag, and clearly the markets respected it. So it's really quite simple. Okay, you know, a lot of you are sort of asking me about lots of different techniques, lots of different indicators, lots of different methods. I just kind of use a bit of fundamental support, resistance, and ideally looking for trending markets or going from level to level. But I think the key to sort of having quite a high hit rate, which is what I have, is being very objective with my decision making. So for me, I don't kind of have a level. I either have a level or I don't have a level. I don't kind of have a good target. I either have a good target, or I don't have a target at all. So I think it's kind of being quite binary, quite robotic with your decision making. You don't want room for we don't want wiggle room for decision making. That's where issues happen. Okay, so please remember that. Don't try and allow wiggle room. This is not artistic. Okay, I've had many I've taught many composer, many musician that have told me that financial markets are just like music, and that they can read the music and they can just see when the market's going up or down, just like music. Bollocks. Okay, so please don't think that it's artistic and that you can just read the market based on, you know, your artistic flair. It's very black and white in sense. Your decision making should be black and white. It should be binary. And, you know, as Amas said, you know, if somebody says I do this and this, I ask them why, and they say, oh, because I believe it works. Okay, why do you believe it works? And if you can't make that all the way back to some statistics from your back testing, you have no right having an opinion. Okay, guys, every single decision you make needs to be based off some sort of empirical evidence, some sort of testing. So if you don't do that, I would suggest all of you tune into Amas's Sunday back testing session. Okay, because generally, if you make any decisions, they need to be based on something, and not your gut. Okay, gut is bollocks. So not your gut. They need to be based on something, and that thing needs to be empirical evidence, which is back testing. So you need to collate data from trades you take. You need to collate data from trades you don't take. You need to collect data from trades way back in the past. Setups you've seen, and that's what Amas is going to go through on Sunday. So if you're struggling with believing in levels or creating a very objective binary, this is correct, this is a good level, this is not a good level, I should be in here, I should not be in here, you're struggling with that, making objective decisions, it boils down to having really good back testing and really good evidence for your decisions. So tune into Amas's session. I think that'll be invaluable, actually. It's going to be recorded, I guess, as well, isn't it? So
yeah, definitely.
You should always watch watch that stream, because back testing really is the sort of it's sort of the bedrock of your confidence. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm confident in my levels. I'm confident placing levels and disappearing because I've collated enough information from trades I've taken, but also testing that I've done. Okay, so I think that's all you need to do. It's not overly tricky. Just back test, collate evidence, then you'll believe in what you're doing. And yeah, everything needs to be done like a recipe book. Okay, we're not winging it in the kitchen here. We're doing things sort of scientifically, like a proper recipe book, like making a souffle. You don't fuck around when you want to make a souffle. You follow the rules. My French wife taught me that. So the idea is you know, you can't. I like to mess around in the kitchen, and there are some things that you can't mess around with. They're scientific. Yeah, making a souffle is one of them. Making a creme brulee is one of them. So the idea is follow the rules before, you know, you can't wing it. It's the same at placing these trades. The mental piece would be the hardest when I first started. Yeah, Dragonfly. It's really interesting. Okay, I talked to a lot of people about, you know, how happy I am that everyone can access financial markets these days. It's a really good thing that we all have access to markets. A really dangerous thing that most people do it without any form of education in the matter. Whether it be technical, whether it be fundamental, macro, understanding what's happening at the Fed, understanding what's happening with Trump, understanding what's happening in Ukraine, with Israel, so on and so forth. With none of that education, people have access to markets, and that's really, really dangerous because professional traders have a lot of training and they do a lot of research. They have a lot of discipline. So you have all of that, but then also the psychological factor. Okay, it's massive. I've said this to many people before. I've taught professional fighter pilots. Okay, I've taught super high level Oxford lecturers. I've taught the most disciplined astronauts. I've taught the most actually the son of the first black American astronaut. He was one of my students.
Wow.
Yeah, his dad was the first black American astronaut. And you know, he talked to so many people that have in all of their life such high levels of discipline. And yet you put them in front of a chart and they go boom. Okay, it completely melts, completely breaks down. So unfortunately, yes, the psychological aspect is really, really, really huge because it affects everybody and it affects so many people in different ways as well. But that's why you need to study psychology, because you can't completely remove it. The idea is to identify when it's affecting you negatively and try to do something about it, but also understand when it affects you negatively and try and stop it happening in the first place. Yeah, so prevention better than the cure. Ideally, if you can prevent it or minimize it in the first place, then it works well for you. So, and it's different for different people, which is why you need to study psychology, read some books. But yeah, it's really you got to take all of these into consideration, guys, if you want to trade over a long period of time. It's not the sort of it's not a hobby. It's not something you dip into. It's not something you dabble in. It's not a side hustle. It's not any of these kind of things. Yeah, selling photos of your feet is a side hustle. Okay.
Spoken like someone with experience, Tank.
I only learned about that last week. What a crazy industry that is.
There have been crazier ones.
There are crazier ones, yeah.
So yeah, I'd rather. This is the thing now. I've got an Instagram account. I'm opened up to so many things on social media. But,
foot selling pics are one of your first ones that you open it up to.
No. I was just searching. I was searching different ways to improve your social footprint, and one of them came up: footprint. so yeah, it's really interesting. Think about Nick not believing in paper trading. Yeah, it's interesting actually. Okay, so Terence is so Nick is in Swiss Nick here.
Yeah.
Not believing in paper. It's an interesting one. Now, I think there are levels. Okay, I really think there are levels. I think the most basic level is paper trading, where you can practice and test out different types of skill and different types of approach, different types of analysis, different types of technical setups. And you can practice and get good at that, okay, which is good. And that's the process of placing the trades. Everything changes when you go into real money account or live account. The psychology changes, of course. And then when the psychology changes, the application of the same system can change. So for me, I think if you're a brand new beginner, I would suggest paper account. But also if you're a brand new beginner without much capital. Yeah, so this is also a thing, you know, Nick, I think it's safe to say when Nick started trading, he was financially in a very good place. So he could start with a small live account. And if it went, it went, which meant that he was trading it very, very objectively. Whereas if you start with a small live account when you aren't in a financially fantastic place, then that $5,000 account feels a lot bigger than that, and then you don't trade it as objectively. So I think it goes down to the person. But for me, I think if you've got a 9 to 5, if you've got a job, if you're working hard throughout the day, and then you want to try and work out whether you've got the ability and things you're testing, for me, I have a paper trading. I use it as well. So for me, I have different levels, okay? Because I think there's the big fund, there's a small live account or a live account, and then there's a dummy account, a demo account. And your psychology changes on all three of those. But I would never test anything on the big fund. Okay, I'd never test anything. I'd never try anything out on the big fund. I'd try it out if it's really, really basic and new on the paper trading account. If the proof of concept is there in terms of the technical application, then I'll take it to the small live account, because it changes when you sprinkle on some accountability of a live account. The psychology changes, and then from there you can take it to the fund. It's kind of like practicing. It's kind of like practicing, I don't know, a play, or you'll practice it by yourself. Then you might show it to a few people, and then you might take it to Broadway. You don't practice at Broadway. You practice behind closed curtains. Then the psychology changes when you're in front of a few people. So does it still work in that environment? Yes, take it to Broadway. So I believe in having stages. And I do think for a lot of people, the stage of no real money on the line is the correct place to start. Someone like Nick, that was financially in a good place. If there wasn't money on the line, he then runs the risk of not giving a shit about it at all. So you have to kind of balance that perfectly, the accountability. So it's definitely up to the individual, in my opinion. But I would suggest for those people that were brand new, practice behind closed doors with no accountability, no psychological pressure, and that would be paper trading. Practice a concept on there, technique. Once you've proven the actual mechanism and the technique, just like we did now with this trading view, for instance, then put it onto a small live account. If you had a spare $40,000, $50,000, don't start with that. Start with $5,000, because the psychology changes. Make sure you're okay with that. Make sure you're okay with your stop losses and taking losses, and then you're not too greedy, because it works both ways, by the way. People get afraid of losing. People get too greedy to make too much. So make sure you're okay in your targets and your stops, and you're taking the trades as well. That's really, really important. And then from there, you can graduate up to higher accounts. But definitely it's based on individuals. So yeah, I can understand where Nick's coming from, but I think for a lot of people, it would probably be start with paper trading and prove a concept. Yeah, if I'm testing something, so if I was testing a news trade in straddle, I'd definitely test it on a paper trade, on a demo account, and see if it works, and do the statistics. Don't forget about it. Do the exact same statistics and say, okay, right, if my past 50 data trading trades, I'm 14% up. Great. That can now go to my small live account. And then if I prove that I'm still roughly 14% up the small live account, then bam, it can go to the fund. But that's kind of how I triage in. I think that makes a bit more sense. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah,
It does.
I think
I've
it
just
does.
seen. After all that, the only thing I read in the chat was only feet. That's the
Oh
first
no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Well, it's definitely, it's always great getting your insight on I mean everything, really. Not just trading related stuff, but I heard you call something like double lightsaber or something. What was it?
Oh, that's just when you get a sort of high volatility to the top, a long wick and a long tail. That's
Got it,
like
got
like that.
I've
Like
always
that.
learned something new from you, Tank.
No, Nick has definitely referred to it. Dartmoor's double-ended
Darth
lightsaber.
Maul's lightsaber.
Dartmoor's lightsaber. But yes, we do look at charts. Somebody said, do we look at charts? Yeah, we've looked at a lot of charts at the moment, but we've just kind of had a little discussion about something else. But yeah, we can go back to charts. I don't know. Are you guys back into something?
No, I mean, when I was in my short, I never even talked about it, because I literally entered it when I took a small break, and then you came on when I exited it. I trailed my stop into profit, 25 points. Took that. Fortunately, because we had an insane ripper here from the 23.035s, and actually that was in. I just checked it before. It was in the golden pocket zone here on the daily. So I'm guessing that Brett took the long here, but who knows?
Yeah.
But no, I'm not in any trade right now. Just waiting.
Nice. Yeah, and that's it. Sometimes if there's nothing particularly on, sometimes the best thing to do is move away from the chart and talk about something else. Do your research, do your back testing, guys. Everyone seems to think they don't have time for back testing. The perfect time for back testing is when you've analyzed the market and there's no trade to take. Do some research.
Yeah.
Go and do your back testing. That's exactly what you should be doing. Little Nicky's on. Here he is. And I think the idea is, do your back testing in those moments, collate some data, get some spreadsheets up. Team, I trade up to 12 different assets, so I have statistics and information on all 12 assets. Even today, for the statistics that I just got from my French, from my CAC, the average risk-reward ratios, this kind of thing, the level of confirmation that I required for it, the correlation from the fundamentals with the EU and US, all of that information is going to be stored, and it's going to build upon my experience and information going forward. So you need to use it, guys. Don't take nothing from a trading day. Okay, if you do well and you make money, remember how you did it and remember what you did, and add that to your information. If you traded exactly in line with your system but you lost money, just make note of it. Okay, just because if that keeps happening, you need to be aware of it. Maybe you need to increase confirmation somewhere. Maybe your targets are too unrealistic. Maybe your stop losses aren't strong enough. Maybe your entry is too premature. Have a look at all these things, because every trade you take, every trade you don't take, every trade you take and win, every trade you take and lose should be information. Yeah, it's got to be like, I used this example once and I got ripped for it, but kind of like Terminator style, where he walks into a pub and he analyzes everything, or he walks into a bar and he analyzes everything. That's kind of how you should be approaching your market. So try and get as much information as possible, write it down, make notes, use spreadsheets. That's probably the healthiest thing for me. I used to use these for everything, post-it notes.
I used to have those all over my monitors.
yeah. I mean, just for today. I mean, look, I have these, which was just for these sessions. Okay, when I was having a look at my charts and writing things down, I just thought, well, note some things down. And at the end of this, I kind of have tickets on my desk, like at a restaurant. And then at the end of the day, I can just throw them away. Okay, so it's not very good for the environment, but look it.
But I don't give a shit.
What environment?
Okay. I wash out my baked bean cans. It's fine.
Yeah.
That matters. Well, Coach, it's been such a pleasure having you on the stream today. So much learned. Your insights always super valuable, and we can't wait to have you on next week. Don't forget your white tea. I hope you bought more, because I don't know if this one is going to cut it.
Love to see it, Tank. Love to see it.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Why not? I can white tea it on a Wednesday. No problem with that. But no, it's been a pleasure, guys. And like I said, I'll circle back to the whole tilt thing. Try not to make it a normal thing. Okay, tilt. Try not to make it. Don't let it sneak into your vocabulary. Don't let it sneak into your repertoire. It shouldn't be a part and parcel of trading. It should be something that we're looking to just get out. Okay, so we'll try and see. We'll try and see if we can phase this out. I guess I can't. I reckon I'm going to be pissing into the wind here. But let's see. Let's see if we manage to phase out the concept of tilt and full port. I'm going to try and. I'm taking on two big concepts here. I'm going to try and eradicate tilt and full port. I say that as little Nicky's there.
No, full port has to stay. We have to
doubling up on everything.
Yeah, well,
welcome to my daily struggle, Tank.
Well, speaking of full port, Tank, again, thank you for coming on. But now we're gonna go to full port background, Nick, little degen. But before we do, let's actually take a look at our live traders P&L. Damn. 11K. Angela
11K is
Angela is
crazy.
on one.
Yeah,
And,
absolute bangers.
Also, Nick is a gray square again.
Nick is
Nick is a gray square again that is labeled as Coach Tank. So Drew is in trouble. Drew is in trouble. He's getting
Drew's
fired.
gone.
He's getting fired today.
Drew was too busy looking up the Dare promo videos that they used to put up,
The
which we still have.
Dare promo, that's great. I remember
Oh
that.
man.
Oh,
Well,
man.
you're still not. I'll let you know, Nick, once you're up. But I don't know.
Kinda cool.
Can the live chat? Can you hear Nick?
Yeah, I think they.
I think so. Huh?
Did I
Okay.
vanish too? I'm gone too.
Yeah, because you asked for a break when Nick comes on. So
Looks like it's our day off.
Oh, that's right.
All right, see you later.
That's why you're gone,
We are
Mary.
being-
Yeah, we're done. We'll go on a matcha retreat.
Yeah, Machawaska.
Going in Machawaska retreat.
There
All right,
he
Nick is
is.
on. There we go.
There we go. Oh, it feels good to be on. Man,
Yeah,
live traders
we,
are absolutely
we
banked, though.
missed you yesterday, but yeah, the live traders are killing it, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, on yesterday, man, I wish I was on stream for that. I would have. That's like, that's my kind of vibe. I would have been just going a little crazy on that. But no, great stream yesterday. We didn't get to go over the live traders, but we also had a 10K day. So it's like, I don't know. It's crazy to me that we end up having a 10K P&L every single day. I thought that was coming through. Oh, it's the bull and the bear. We broke it.
OBS says fuck you and your show.
Fire.
Oh, yeah,
guys.
I'm still on. All right, everybody. So on today's session of Little DGen, load up your 150K lightning fundeds. We're gonna take these to the moon.
You know what that was? There's just too much handsome gentleman on the stream at one time that it just
There's too
crashed
much
the
testosterone
entire
up here.
YouTube. Yes, that was it.
It's all right. It's okay. We had to get humbled a little bit.
Yeah, Smith Family Financials. Don't even ask what that picture
Yeah, Nick
was.
Simmons made a rare Easter egg appearance. Every day, Nick thinks he's done with that.
It just haunts me at this point, you know.
Oh, I have a decent amount of disposable income, Nick. You're lucky I don't have so much as to, and you guys don't have as many billboards over there. I'd be putting that up on billboards.
The white tea crew overloaded the video processors. I was wearing a black tee before this, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with Nick, and I'm gonna wear the black tee.
You know what, Nick? I love you that you wore the white.
I know.
That's-
I had to.
that's great.
Well, honestly, like at this point, it is becoming like a little cult. So I felt like if I wore a black tee, I'd like get cursed or something.
You would actually be cursed. We might be laughing, but you would be cursed.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm looking at our live trader weekly P&L. So like obviously we're doing the weekly bonuses, monthly bonuses, quarterly, yearly, etc. But it's tight. Like we've got a couple people that are within like $1,000 of each other, and it's actually an interesting view. I've never looked at like the weekly P&Ls from some of our traders. We just added this so that obviously we can start tracking who's getting their bonuses. But it's wild to see. For one, there are more live traders green on the week than there are red, which is obviously a good thing. The amount that they're green on the week is always more than they are red overall. And
Nice.
some of like at the top running, we're at about 13,000, 12,000, 11, 10,000 for the week. And it's just Wednesday, and I'm looking at a couple of them that are in trades up like $2,000 on each account. So we'll see where the week ends. I wouldn't doubt that we have someone finish with 20,000 P&L by the end of
Wow,
this week.
that'd be outstanding. That'd be outstanding. Speaking of the stream and all of that, so we've got a Sunday night stream now. I'm really excited to see Amos there. Talk
Hell
about
yeah.
that for a second.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Amos and I have been talking on the side, getting up a strategizing and backtesting session. A little bit something different than a usual Sunday night session. So what he's going to do, he's going to come on. It's going to be his own stream. He's going to run it, host it, and he's going to host pretty much a competition for back testing, kind of like he was discussing earlier, where you have 15 days of back testing. We'll do it within, I don't know, 15, 30 minutes. And then, depending on who ends up on the leaderboards, we'll do some giveaways. Just something to be fun on a Sunday night. We've gone back and forth between, just do one of us come on and do a recap going into the week, which we might still do. But we thought this would be a fun way to kind of prep everybody and almost just warm up for the week by doing a back testing session. So it'll be fun, especially if you haven't done back testing before. It's interesting.
I love it. Yeah, it's super cool to see. Chad, are we loving that update?
Yeah, well, they better.
Yes. You better say yes, or we just end the streaming.
Or little DJ will make sure there's no giveaways for a month.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
That's true. We gave away a shitload yesterday. I don't think
you weren't on camera, but I could almost see you scrambling in the background, like messaging and pulling stuff up. Like, oh, shit,
I'm not gonna lie. When Max was like, "We need a grand finale," I'm sitting there. I'm like, "Oh God, we're already so deep on accounts."
You were like, "I don't know whether to ask for more or update my resume." That's
yeah. I was like, we just got thrown out there. I was like, okay, we gotta finish it out. I mean, I think we gave. Let me check. Yeah, we gave away 20 accounts yesterday, which is it's like 14 more than what I was anticipating or whatever it was.
Okay, well,
that's right. It was a good fun.
The problem we run into though is that all of our viewers and subscribers are actual people and they want giveaways. So I'm just saying.
True. Very true. Very, very true. But yeah, we'll get back on the giveaway train. I might have to take a couple day break, but
the giveaway train is in the service in station for service right now.
Yeah, it's getting service. Conductor's currently under investigation.
We blew out the boiler.
Pretty much. Man, this is the day that I'm not trading, but I am so freaking pissed that I didn't take the play. I was like, all right, I kind of want to just do it's obviously not financial advice, but I kind of want to do a little degen. There's one mini right before the open, and I'll do a straddle, 20 points below, 20 points above, and then we'll just see which one gets hit. And I didn't do it because my coach Tank was in my ear. He's like, no, that's probably a bad idea. So I didn't take it, and now I'm pissed because that would have helped 400 points, but
now you're mad at Coach Tank.
Yeah, actually, I'm pissed at Coach Tank.
So wait, why did you not trade today?
Well, we just dumped right off the bat, and even looking at the 1 minute, there was 6 minutes to decide if you wanted to short at 380, and then just another consecutive dump. We didn't get a pullback from a model entry. I just watched it happen and unfold, and it's not even fun to watch anymore, because then we just went on a long run with absolutely 0 point for an entry for me, just green candle after green candle. So this is just one of those days. I just close it, I save my capital, I'll be back tomorrow. There's no point in me touching this.
Fair.
Not to say I wish I did, but it is what it is.
But I do wish I did.
Well,
I missed my main entry as well, so it is what it is.
I know, but you guys did really well. 1,800 and 500 in the day. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, we were still able to catch something, but not the one thing that I wanted to catch, which is fine though. More setups are coming, that's for sure. But it's crazy, how we were just the last, let's see, from 10:57 on to basically 11:37, pretty much just 40 minutes of straight pump. This on the left side here is the 1 minute chart. Look at this.
Dang.
It's insane. It's just
welcome back.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Oh man, yeah, what a move that we got from the bottom here. I mean, held this demand zone that I have on the NASDAQ. ES was a little bit weaker, definitely sliced through some zones that I have, but we're getting this retrace. We're actually right back to 50% of this retrace. So, or this move that we got to the downside. So this is kind of a key area. Do we find acceptance here? or do we continue back to the downside? This is the area that I'm looking at on both ES and the NASDAQ for us to, possibly put in some consolidation before we get another move. But right now, bulls are holding. Bulls are holding. I think look at this 30-minute. This 30-minute looks crazy.
It's insane.
So if we can hold this, I honestly would not be looking to short the rest of the day. I would only be looking for longs.
We are right at VWAP here, and considering where we are, I'm actually looking very strongly at about the 220 to 215 area for a potential sell stop. I got to see kind of how if we put in another 2 or 3 candles of just humping VWAP here, I'm not necessarily interested in it. But if we get below there, I think we could. We don't need a huge run below that, but just getting to 200 or back down to 180. Just the strength of the price action. It seems to me it's no coincidence we slammed on the brakes on this move, at least temporarily, at VWAP.
I gotta pause you there for a second. Did you say that it's humping VWAP?
Humping VWAP, yeah. Well, look at it. So look at the last 3 candles. Open below VWAP, close above VWAP, open above VWAP, close below VWAP, open above.
I was not sure if
below.
I heard you right.
Yes, no, it's humping.
I was like, I don't know if I just have a
right
sick mind or if you actually said that.
It's not just humping. It's
both.
I think it's both.
It's both.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I have used that before, Matt. So it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna have to add that to my vocab here for describing a trading session.
These are really technical trading terms, guys.
Yeah, you got to get with the program here, DJ.
It is hump day.
I gotta channel it a little bit. Oh yeah, it is hump day. Oh, look at you, Matt. Nice job.
See what he did there? Crazy. Hey, also Leia is right. We gave away 20 accounts yesterday, and we hit 20K subscribers, so it kind of made sense.
That's true. We did intend on giving away a lot for 20K.
Does that make it an angel number?
2020.
Angel number.
Uh-oh, that's a traumatic number for some people.
2020. Oh,
Never mind.
Well, I
Or
mean,
not, depending on if you were a trader.
nope.
fair.
Well, it depends if you went short or long, I guess.
Oh man, yeah, this rotation is pretty crazy. I mean, pretty much took out like 2 30-minute candles on this one candle here. So yeah, I would be a little more hesitant to take shorts unless we can't reclaim this area. Like we can't reclaim this area, then yeah, we probably start rotating back. But it's gonna be an important zone.
You think this is the start of a bit of a pullback here?
Ooh, I'm kind of hoping for it, not gonna lie.
If it depends on when this candle closes. If 3 straight candles reject VWAP, that's a very, very strong.
Are you talking about like from a higher time frame, Nick?
Yes.
Oh.
Like
We need to be more specific then.
I meant more like from all-time highs.
Like we're already down a couple percent. What more do you need to see? I mean, I don't know that we're getting.
I'm talking
pulling...
like 10, 15. Like we're down 4.5. I want to see like.
No, that won't. I don't see that without some sort of mega, like tariff policy or something like that. I don't see that happening. Just because, again, I think that's Trump places so much of his presidency's value on the value of the stock market.
Why not?
I think he'll pump the shit out of it if it goes much lower.
Oh man. I mean, shoot, if we can get down to like the 22.5s.
I'll take 20K again. Fuck it. Let's get down. We're gonna go. Let's go.
I'd be happy with that.
Actually, not yet, because I didn't get a chance to load up my long dated VIX calls. It didn't quite get to my entry.
You'll definitely get the chance if we get down below 22K.
No, I mean the calls, long dated VIX calls. When we get down to like 14, 13, I always like, it's not leaps, but 6 to 8 months out, we'll buy like 20 or 25 calls, depending on for the strike price, depending on where I want to be. And yeah. No, it's pull. No, you're clueless. I like that
one. Let's settle it. Settle it once and for all. This is going to determine what I do with my 401k account.
Yeah.
Am I going to rotate it in the shorts, or am I going to just start going long?
Oh man.
Well, keep in mind, we did get into when was this? A while back, we had basically April, May, we hit correct. We've already had a 5 or 10% correction this year. So it's not like that. It's been, since the COVID crash that's happened.
Yeah. April was a really good time. I was a major buyer in April. That was a crazy drop that we got and just a massive rally out of that. So
was that when we came down like 30% and then just retraced that whole move?
Yeah, it was basically a short version of the COVID crash all over again.
Yeah.
I wish I could have got in there.
April 8th.
Yeah, I bought Tesla and Palantir.
Oh, Palantir. I was all over Palantir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was great. It was great. I mean, you really couldn't have gone wrong buying anything at that time. But
True.
yeah, those are the times that we all look for, right? Like, we're not just traders. We like to look for opportunities to invest in the long term. So being able to know how to trade, though, will help you identify those opportunities. So I
very true.
Oh God, here we freaking go.
Sorry, alter ego came out really quick.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah, I just remember like when April came, my sister has like no idea when it comes to trading, and I just told her, open an account right now and this is what you buy. And now her portfolio is just like, she's like, oh my God, look, I'm up like da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. Like, literally off the bottom
Yeah,
of
when
the
are we
short
going to dinner? She goes,
Yeah. She goes like, hey, this trading thing is super fun. I'm going to become full-time trader now.
She'll just like randomly send me screenshots of her portfolio and like no words, nothing. And she's like, should I sell yet? I'm like, you've literally had this for like a couple months. This is not like, you have to hold this for years. She's like, oh.
My portfolio is looking cute.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Well, let's see what we get here. I mean, we're kind of getting this little bit of a pullback here. Nick, did you trade today?
No, I stayed out. I missed the move at the beginning. I almost chased.
I would have thought you'd be all over those shorts.
Oh, I just never got an entry. There's
Yeah.
nothing there for me. So I
feel that.
unfortunately did not get that. And I'm glad I didn't try to chase because there were a couple points I'm like, all right, I'm going to catch a long and ride this back up to infinity. And it just kept dumping. So,
Dang, so you were looking to catch the falling knife today.
oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
I've learned from past mistakes that if I think in my head I can catch it, then I know that I'm not going to catch it and I can't trade. And I'm glad I didn't, because I would have torched every single account that I
Well,
have.
but let's spin this theory a bit further. So if you think you can catch it, but then you know you can't catch it, that means you can short it, no?
Oh, shit. Now this is going to be another mistake that I learned from, is that if I think I'm going to catch it, I know I can't catch it in short, and then it does go up, then I'm just going to be pissed. But I think that could have caught
that
it.
means you could have caught it.
It does.
Ah.
Now we're getting like tradeception, and it's
See,
too
now
much
you
for my
get
brain.
longs and short setups all the way. You should start trading today.
You're fading yourself in both directions. One of them will hit.
So, guys, I did take a short
I
here
like those
at
odds.
15.
Wait, you took a short now?
Took a short at 15, yeah.
Nice.
Stop's going to be I don't know whether to go above VWAP or a candle closure above VWAP. I don't want to get spiked out, but this is 4 straight candles that have rejected VWAP, and we just made a new, basically 15-minute low here. So I'm gonna see. I don't know. I don't think we're heading all the way back down to lows, but even down to -1 standard dev would be a really, really nice move.
Break 200. I think you have some room down.
Yeah, that's the one risk I took with that entry, is 200s below there. But I give myself a little room there. I wouldn't go to break even on 200 for a stop, but I would probably be very, very conservative with a stop if we get below 200.
Getting some
Alright.
selling volume coming in here on both futures on book maps. So if we break 200, I think this can at least hit 185.
El, you got to pay attention. I took a trade yesterday. I got stopped out very quickly, admittedly, but I did take one yesterday.
All right, I just screenshotted that poll because everybody's shitting on me saying I'm clueless. If the market pulls back more than 7%, then everybody here has to Venmo me $1.
Oh, man.
All right, this is going to decide the trade right here. Is the 200 level?
There
I
it is,
don't have my
breaking.
book map up. Is it? What do we got?
Yeah,
there?
we got 200, and then I would say like 185, and then 175.
Okay, I was looking at about 170 for an early profit target because I don't want to be super greedy. I'd love for it to get all the way down to negative. The dev widths are just so fucking big today. The dev width is 130.
Yeah, I think if the new sellers step in after this rotation, you know, it's not going to look too great. That's all I'm saying. This was the area that I'd mentioned to you guys. Like, we need to find acceptance above, otherwise we might rotate back here. I would think probably about 50% of this move would be reasonable. But then if these sellers, if we just grab new fresh sellers here, this is gonna get a little ugly. All
right, so I'm officially putting in my stop at 236.75 or 237. We'll put that up. That's really about VWAP. And I'm putting my target at even 170.
Nice.
Good trade, Matt.
So,
Clean, Matt.
don't say it yet. I haven't hit shit yet.
Yeah,
so.
don't jinx them.
No, but
Below
the entry was
180.
green for the short.
Below
Getting some sellers
180,
coming in,
we will
though.
get break. I will move my stop to break even.
Selling is stepping in here on ES and NASDAQ. NASDAQ more so. Need to clear 175, and I think you honestly might have room to 150.
Well, we're heading to our last few minutes, and I'm in wedding mode, so I'll take it at 170. All right, moving stop to break even now.
Nice.
Actually,
Risk-free
we're gonna move stop to break even plus at 210.
Ride it to the lows, Matt. Ride it to the lows.
If this were 9 o'clock and it were a normal Monday, I absolutely would. But let's see. Got to get there.
Hey, take your stop off and ride it down.
I think if this is going to come all the way down, look for acceleration.
I'll take the W there.
Hey, nice, Matt. Let's go. Golf clap for the wedding.
Woo!
Oh, my camera's playing shit tricks on me again, huh?
Just and so yeah, guys. Again, just where we are in the show, but 4 straight candles rejected VWAP after a huge downward move and a strong push up. That's a 10 out of 10 setup for me. I'll take that almost every time. So.
Great trade, Matt. Good job on that. You caught
know
what, like 30 points on that? 40 points?
About that, yeah. 15 down to 70. So that's
awesome.
That's a nice win.
W's in the chat for Matt. That was a killer trade. You sniped
Hey,
that.
you know, this is my Friday, and I love on Fridays when all 3 of us are green across the board, and we've had quite a few like that. So when we can go into for me, I won't call it a weekend because there's a lot of things to happen in the next few days. But
well, it is a great start to your wedding holiday.
Yes, it is.
So congrats on that. That was a clean trade.
We should celebrate that with a 50K growth giveaway.
Oh,
I know we said we weren't gonna do them,
look
but-
at this guy.
Well, we just hit 20,300 subs, so I feel like we just have to.
Is Vinny on vacation?
No,
Vinny's in like
good.
Vinny's out in the Sahara without even satellite internet or phone, and Brett's just like give it away, keep giving it away, go.
No, we're feeling good today.
Dang. Okay, so we're doing it. We're doing this.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, and everybody
Let's
sticks
go.
around to the end. Appreciate you guys. We gotta do a giveaway. We'll do a flash giveaway.
We can do a wheel of names.
I like the name.
Crickets. Just kidding.
Everybody's like, yeah, no, that's fucking lame. Rooch is confirmed. Wheel of names. So we can do that. Nice. I mean, that's what you get, guys, for sticking around.
Yeah.
Giveaways appear out of thin air.
It's true. We can be generous.
Yeah.
We can. All right, are we ready for it? Want to do it now, Nick?
Yeah, let's ride.
All right, let's do it. So, guys, just explain the rules really quick. If you want to participate in this giveaway, what do you say, 50K growth account?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to win a 50K growth account, here's how you participate. You have to like the stream, you have to subscribe to the channel, and I will drop a keyword here in a second. That keyword you need to put into the chat, but only once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, because if you put it more than once, you will be disqualified, and that would suck for you. So, since Matt is getting married this week, this is kind of like the bachelor party. So, bachelor party is the keyword. One word, no
That's
space.
awesome.
Good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody.
Good
Else.
luck.
So if this is a kind of the batch, does that mean Swiss Nick's gonna dance for me?
I'm no.
Hello.
I mean, that's,
Hey.
you know, if we're gonna have that kind of vibe. I mean, I don't have any singles around me here, but we can. Where's your money gun there, Nick?
Yeah. Nick's just gonna
we need
put
him.
his cloak on and go ham.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're selling here back down to the 150s. This is the area that I would expect for us to possibly hold here. Otherwise, row.
Yeah, if you
Going
grab
down
that, you're still
7%.
in it, guys. I do think it has room another 15, 20 points down, maybe to -1 standard depth. If I was multi-contract on that, I would have targeted that for the second. But 905 minutes is pretty good.
If this 1 hour candle, which closes in like 2 minutes and 40 seconds, if that closes within the range of the previous 1 hour candle, I'll start looking for shorts as well.
Yeah.
I might take another trade. Hey,
So
many
basically, what I got out of all that is Nick's not going to dance for me. That's very disappointing.
Womp womp.
Wah, wah.
Well, but look, Matt, so many people coming to the bachelor party for you.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming. Just for you.
All right, I'm gonna get a little plastic red hammer and a green hammer.
Oh yes.
I
Can we
remember
get
Brett used to have this
Nick?
on the stream.
Nick, can we all get a money gun, please? That would be. So
I also want a money gun. I just don't feel like expensing like $10 or whatever it is. So you guys could go add one to an Amazon cart.
He said expensing $10.
Well, no, you know what's funny? Switzerland doesn't even have Amazon.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What
I
do
mean,
you use?
we can order some of the things from Amazon Germany, but a lot of things they don't ship to Switzerland, unfortunately.
Oh
That's
wow.
insane. That's so
Yeah.
sad. I'm sorry.
It is really sad.
Yeah, I know. I mean, all you guys have over there is like a beautiful country and like healthcare. Like, who needs all that? We've got next day delivery on money guns.
Hell yeah.
Okay, but I
and
found
Panda
one.
Express.
All right, look, Nick, I found one in a Swiss shop right now, a golden money gun, and it costs $30.
30.
That's
Damn,
a lot.
I'm
Well,
getting
that's
this
in
for
Swiss
17.
francs. It's actually $37. So
This thing better come with bills.
yeah, it comes with $1,000 bills.
Yeah.
$30 rebate.
No, I'm looking at this one on Amazon. I don't think it comes with dollar bills.
Yeah, this one does too, but like with fake dollar bills.
Dang.
Dollar bills that say super gun on them.
Oh, good lord.
My fiance's gonna be like, "Why did $1,000 just come out of our checking account? No reason. I just need 100." Or actually, no, I'd be like 10 grand.
Tough.
You should be like, "Don't worry, baby, I expensed it."
Yeah.
$10 for a money gun, $1,000 for cash for a money gun.
I love the like
people ever have
pictures
to
that this
approve
thing is like the like what do you call it? Like the pictures on Amazon that like show you like uses of it. It's just like people partying, like really bad Photoshop of this gun with like money everywhere.
Oh, give it another year, they'll all be AI.
That's true. Oh, it shoots out 15 a second. I'm sold. I'm buying this.
What's the highlight of
But
this?
the problem with the money
watch
gun
Deep
is
Ten.
though, like it's super fun, but then you got to clean it all up after.
Yeah, that sucks. But that's okay. I'll just maybe leave it.
It's
and
okay. It's fine.
As long as we have a good time, it's worth it. All right, should we run the giveaway?
Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So, Drew, pull it up, please.
Money back, you
I am dead.
I'm like peak consumer right now.
Oh my god.
It is haunting me. Come on.
Oh my god, that's the top 5 moment of the show right there.
Yeah, Drew, you're the GOAT. I respect you for that one. So, all right, let's pick the winner for a 50K growth account.
I think Nick Simmons is about to get dizzy.
Wait, damn it! I do feel really dizzy now.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
Classic.
It goes my eyes.
All right, WN, you just won a 50K growth account. Make sure to type something in the chat really quick so you see her there. You just won.
Drew, I just want to know how long that took. Like, is it just simply uploading a photo? Because that's awesome. Oh, man.
I just can't get a break from that, huh?
No, I don't think you should
Sure
ever
can't,
expect to
Nick
break.
Simmons.
Well, WN has claimed. Congratulations.
Congrats, WN.
Hell yeah!
Please make
I'm
sure
literally
your
signing in right now.
your email address is in your profile.
Oh,
In
he's
the
got
YouTube
it.
channel description, yeah.
Or he or she has it.
All right, Nick's getting that done right now.
Oh shit.
Super speed. I lagged too much yesterday. I didn't do it. I pretty much, I'm not even gonna lie, I looked at the giveaway list. I'm like, I'm not doing that today.
Well, I'm feeling a little better about my exit in that trade right now. I'll tell you.
Hey, that was clean. That
That was
very
a
clean.
great entry and exit.
Wait, where did you exit, Matt?
170.
Wow, that was clean,
Yeah.
clean.
Still left a few on the table, but I honestly thought we were headed back to negative. I just didn't want to sit in a trade for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Matt, you didn't catch the full move. You suck at trading.
Yeah, don't I? Yeah, I'm gonna retire. In fact, I suck so bad I just won't even show up for the next 2 days.
Yeah. Oh man. Well,
Hey, that
good-
might be
great
it,
trading
Sean.
today.
That might be it, Sean. The wheel of names makes the market go up while marbles make the market go down. We might have
Sounds
found
like
an
a
indicator
case
for
study.
each.
We should do this every day then, and then Amos can back test it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a great idea. That is a great idea.
WN, your email is at twitter.com, which I don't think is a valid email. Can you update that, pretty please?
Pretty
Leia, have a good rest of your day.
Bye, Leia.
I
Enjoy
won't
your
see you
days
tomorrow,
off.
but they'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, true story. We tried to get Leia to play at our wedding like a metal rock band at the wedding. They were not available. So
Oh,
they're apparently
man.
playing the Garden that weekend. So
Yeah. Oh, that was the best thing. That was the best tweet I ever got
yes, absolutely.
from Leia. Just sending us pics of her back in the day, in her prime. That's awesome. Oh man. Man, what a rebid here that we got in the markets. So we're holding here. But we do need to get back up those areas. 260, call it like 265 to 280 on the NASDAQ. ES would need to get back above 400.
Hey, DGen, did we ever confirm that somebody's taken one of these to pay out? We had a couple people claim that.
Oh,
we did
yeah.
confirm it. We did.
Yeah.
We announced it on stream.
Yeah, and I feel bad because the person we announced on stream wasn't the first person to get to the payout, so they technically don't get that bonus. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm sorry. I don't remember who that was.
Now you got to give it to both.
I don't know if I can get that approved, but we did give it to the person who was technically the first one to request a payout. They got it doubled and they got it paid out. So
Okay,
we
great.
still did it. We just we gave somebody false hope, and I feel bad for that. But the other person, we couldn't do both, and we technically didn't want to pass up the person that actually. got
No,
there
we have
first.
to go by what we said. Unfortunately, it sucks that worked out that way. But yeah, we very clearly said time wise the first one to get it in, and so you gotta reward whoever that is.
Yeah. So maybe I'll give them a free account, but we did pay it out, so we did do it. It was pretty cool to see somebody actually take a giveaway account all the way to payout.
Yeah.
That is really
Now
cool.
the next step is, can somebody take a giveaway account all the way to live?
Ooh.
That would be really cool if they can do that.
That we definitely need to have them on the
We have
show.
to do something cool.
Yeah, that
Yeah, we should.
That
That's a
needs to
whole
be a
nother
coaching session with Coach Tank live on Tradeify TV.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Can we officially set up a live coaching session with Tank and Llama and Matt for sometime on stream? I would love that.
Oh, that would be quite the show.
That would be amazing. Actually, WN. Oh, it's gonna be tough because anybody can email me. Can you just Google how to put your email into your YouTube and then do that, please? Yeah, Raj, I'm sorry. I destroyed your heart and I feel bad. So I'll give you a free account. How long does it take to go live? Four payouts. 4 payouts, then we move you live. So technically it could be 28 trading days if you're absolutely banking, but once you get there, then you will get a email that congratulates you for being moved live, and then a risk manager reaches out to you and will set up your account, go through the details, parameters behind your account, etc. And then it's usually less than a week if NinjaTrader is on top of their game.
You know what would be really cool, like this would be the ultimate, as long as we're pie in the sky, is that we see somebody go from a giveaway account to live to winning one of the bonuses, right? Like they're the best for the week. Like it's because I mean I know there's a lot of names we see pretty consistently in the top 5, but we've probably seen a lot of different names too. So I would love to see that. Oh man, somebody go. Just getting the live is yeah, as you know, pretty difficult. And you got to show a lot of consistency. But yeah, if somebody takes a free account to a live account, that's, man, we gotta really toast them.
Hell yeah, I agree.
Sure. Yeah, Ahmed, we definitely want to see Llama and Max with Tank.
That would be hilarious.
Like Tank trying to tame them.
Be awesome.
I think we would get like 30 memes out of Tank's facial reactions alone.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Shoot, what did I do?
Did you break something?
I don't know. I clicked on something and now my buttons are shining up and doing some weird stuff. I don't know.
Sell market, 10 minutes.
Oops.
Whoopsies.
Oops, there's 10 grand.
Hey, this trading thing is fun.
Yeah, this is easy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I can't remember who it was, but like 2 years ago, somebody sent me a YouTube channel link that was literally that. It was some dude, like, it had like, each video had like 4 views on it, but it was like 4 videos, one each day, like 5 minutes long of like, I just started trading. Oh, look how easy it is. I made like 2,000 in this funded account. And then the next one was he hit his daily limit, and then there were no more. four videos, 4 days, and this was like it. And I got this 2 years ago, and it was like a year old at that point. So it's like, okay,
Oh, man.
I know how I know. I think I've told. Well, we're getting towards the end of the show. I think I've told this story before, and I'll keep it like 1 to 2 minutes. But the first place that I worked in education as a moderator in a trading room. This place has long since closed, so don't worry about where it was. But it was about 500 people there every day. It was very active in small cap stocks and kind of mid to large cap options. And we had a guy come in and basically claim, like he came in one day and claimed he like tripled his account overnight on options. And I was like, okay, like he basically claimed he took it from like 25K almost to like over 70, right? And then like 2 days later, he comes back. He said he took it from like 70 up to like over 200, right? And so finally, the guy that ran the room's like, listen, man, like if this is true, I'm happy for you. But like before I let you make these claims, you got to DM me and I gotta see proof. So I reached out the next day, and my boss there, the guy who ran the room, says like, no, that he did. Like I saw like he showed me, logged in live on his account, everything's fine, and he took it up to almost 300. And then, so I asked him, I said, hey man, what do you do? Basically, long story short, here's what he was doing. He started with 25,000, and he would, you think you full port, Lil Degen, he would full port into earnings. He'd pick a random company whose earnings, and he would buy either far out of the money or far out, puts or calls. So basically putting 25K into like calls that are like 20 cents, right? I mean, just insane amounts, and it was working for him. And I told him, I said, this really isn't a viable strategy. You need to be careful. And he's like, no, I know what I'm doing. You're just jealous. But well, guess what? 3 days later, he blew every dime of it. So he went from 25 to 70 to 210 to, I believe it was 290 to 0. This was all
Oh
in the
my
course
That's
of
God.
the week.
insane.
And I heard later that he actually then maxed out a bunch of credit cards and almost did it again. Went from 25 to over 150. Blew every dime of it again.
Oh,
Damn.
that is so sad to hear.
We
Like,
never heard from him again after that. Like, I mean, I hope he's okay. This was, oh God, this was almost 10 years ago. But yeah, it was just like, that's not like, because he couldn't articulate what he was looking for. Like, if he had said, hey, there's this EPS that I'm specific, oh, okay, it may not be a smart system, but at least it's a system. No, he would just pick a random large cap and just fucking YOLO the shit out of calls or puts. And actually, it's a coin flip, and it just from statistic, imagine hitting 4 straight heads or 4 straight tails on a coin, which is basically what he did. But then eventually, that's going to come up the other way. So yeah.
that's like the dark side of trading that a lot of people don't get into or talk about. I mean, this can really bring out a side of you that you probably haven't even seen in yourself, right?
Yeah.
And like, if you're not careful, you can really spiral into a really dark place, and it's just sad. It's just really sad. Because trading, I mean, it's gambling in a sense where, like, you know, with gambling, you have a 50-50 shot. With trading, it's like there's some strategy and calculated risk there. When you're buying out of the money options on
Far out of the money.
earnings, that is like, you are just setting yourself up for failure at that point. Like, how are you out of the money options? Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we've all like done. I'm not that I don't do that, at least not in the account. But like, Miriam, you've traded options. There may be like a company, whether it's a technical setup or maybe there's a fund, and you're thinking, you know, I'm gonna take $500 out of a $50,000 portfolio, or $1,000. Say, you know, I'm gonna buy long dated calls, right? Like 6 months out or something like that. Similar, actually, it's not that much different than what I do with some of the VIX stuff that I do. But yeah, you're not putting your whole account into anything. And I will be honest with you. I told the guy, I said, when he went up to 200, I said, listen, man, you started with 25. I said, take 50 out of the account, or, you know, that's now your trading money, man. Take the other 160, 170 out, put your fucking kids through college, right? Like, pay off your house. Like, a guy told me he had 180 left on his mortgage. I said, man, you can pay that. You can change your life today and pay that off.
Crazy.
And not so not only did he go from not paying it off and not setting up his 2 young kids for college, he probably went bankrupt. And it's so, yeah, guys, also, and you know, we try to keep things light on this show, but Miriam brings up a very good point. If you, whether you personally or in your family have any sort of history of addiction, whatever that may take, right? I know that can take a lot of different forms. You need to be doubly careful of watching yourself with trading. And it's harder to spot nowadays because, listen, you do what this guy did, that's gambling. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But now that takes the form of buying 2 new accounts every day, or resetting 3 accounts, you know, every other day, or something like that. You know, I've talked to people, and we all know people that have spent, like, you think, oh, well, they haven't lost 20K in an account. Well, maybe they've spent that much on evals and, you know, activation fees and all that kind of stuff. So, like, you got to be careful, guys. If that's something that's you personally or in your family have a history of, please doubly be aware of what you're doing. And in all honesty, I know that there's traders. I know one trader of mine I worked with for a while who admits, I don't have a personal, you know, history of addiction. My family does. And so he actually sees somebody for it. He says, I was proactive with it. I went and sought out somebody to talk through not personally says life's great, but talk through his trading once a week to make sure he's not taking unnecessary risks.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, that's good. At least he's aware of it. Awareness is definitely key. But
Nick is awfully quiet was Matt's story, but no, it was not about anybody here. This was a long
this
time
is not.
ago.
I'm watching
autobiography.
Little D-Gen, and I'm sure there's some trades he'd want to have back, but he does. Little D-Gen's making money. He's doing what he does.
I trade pretty well. I was just watching these guys play blackjack and gamble on $100,000 hands, and I kind of want to play blackjack on stream.
I mean,
I'll be like, chat, we hit, we stand, what do we do?
That will be fun. It will be
that'll
fun.
be fun.
That could be part of our 20 or 24. We can't do 24 hours. Our 12-hour live stream.
24-hour.
Dude, your IRL streams, they're gonna be crazy. I can already tell.
Yeah, we're actually we had to order the rest of our stuff, and it's on the way. So, we can't gamble on live.
Really?
That's unfortunate. Well,
Lame. Well, I
that
mean,
sucks.
a lot of traders do gamble on live, so.
Yeah, what would trading be called then? What the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of the equipment's coming in, so hopefully we're getting ready for our stream first. We have to kick it off with a bang. Like, it can't just be like the first one can't be just, you know.
I want you off the State Street bridge into the river. That'll kick it off. And then Drew bailing you out.
I was gonna say someone's got to bail me out of jail. Subathon's a great idea.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure you can't jump off the bridge but I mean, if you just happen to fall, you know,
Drew can push me and then I can sue him for.
Well, you can surely jump. You can always jump.
Nick. Oh, that's great. Well, background Nick, DJ Nick, CPI Nick. We loved having you on the stream. Thank you so much for joining. We're gonna sign you off here. Any last words for our boy Matt here?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's fucking crazy. You're getting married. No, live out the last couple days that you got, and then let us know how it goes.
All right. And as I said, I will hope to be able to check in for maybe 20-30 minutes on Friday from the groom suite. That could
You
be
have
fun.
to. That'd be really cool.
You gotta be totally just shit faced at that point.
No, I'm not gonna get that.
We'll get some good clips.
Yeah. That would be fun. But thank you, Nick. We appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Good, Nick.
See you later.
Bye. That'll be great. So
Man, so what the hell are you two gonna do without me for 2 days?
I was just gonna say, I need like a play-by-play of your itinerary for the next 2 days.
Drew and I are the only two that have not missed a show so far. So it's Drew's gonna wear that title by himself.
When you're not here, it's just gonna be awfully quiet, man.
Well, you know it.
Oh yeah. Man, well, we're gonna miss you for sure, but we love you, and we, obviously wish you the best in your future endeavors, and I hope your wife definitely
Am I fired? What the hell? Wish
you
you the best in your future endeavors.
Yeah, it was great having you.
I'm speaking to her, not you.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
So to me, it's congratulations. To her, it's good luck.
Yeah, literally.
Good luck, everybody else.
Let the short jokes continue coming in.
Oh well, if those were a deal breaker, she would have left me a long time ago. So.
Oh man.
Oh,
I just want to hear the ones that didn't pass.
It's only the finished product.
Yeah, my husband hasn't gotten to that line yet, so.
Well, and he's 6'5"?
He's 6'5", yeah.
Okay, so he's got so much. Actually, I told my fiance the other day. I said we really need to find a way to hang out with Miriam and her husband, because we're not used to being the couple with the smallest height difference that we're hanging out with. So we
Oh yeah, it's fun. I've been wearing a lot of heels lately, so.
I bet like 4 foot heels.
Like platform, yeah.
There you go.
All kind of bunyan sort of heels.
Nick, what's the height difference between you and your girl?
Oh wow, I have to calculate that now in feet or what?
Let's do the best we can.
So it's it's 16 centimeters. Wait, let me calculate. Let me convert that for you, okay?
16 centimeters for what? 4 inches? 5 inches?
It's 6.2 inches.
Okay, all right. So of the three of us, you have the smallest height differential between you and your significant other.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah. So Miriam, did you have to get a step stool to kiss him for the wedding pictures, or?
He is, it's funny. Well, I did wear some pretty big heels, but I'm used to it now. It's so funny how I mean everyone's tall to me, but now that I'm with him, it's like everyone just kind of seems normal. I'm like, oh, this is just a normal.
Y'all are young, but you need to make sure he already has a good back doctor, because he's going to be getting hunched to
I know, poor guy.
all the time.
And I always make him come to me. I'll put a little bit of a tiptoe in there, but for the most part, he's literally hunched over. Poor guy, but.
He's gonna have a hump in about 10 years. Quasimodo out there.
Oh, no. I could be Esmeralda. That's okay.
There you go. Yeah, we already talked about you being a Disney princess. So
yeah, there we go. Oh man, good times. Well, We're excited for you, Matt. It'll be fun. So you'll be on next Monday then. You'll be
I
back.
will. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I will. Just so there's no confusion like there was with you this week. I will be back on Monday.
Confirm.
So I will not be here at all tomorrow. I'm hoping to pop in, even if I gotta just go to the parking lot and pipe in from my phone. I will make an appearance on Friday, especially after a couple of Jack and Cokes in the groom suite, and then I'll be back on Monday. Yeah, we're coming back early Sunday. So
It's just partially fired.
We're getting married.
broken neck every time. Yep, Terrence, I feel you, brother. I feel you.
Oh man.
Luckily it's not that bad for me, and I don't have to like slouch too far down to kiss her. But
It's more the forehead kisses now. It's
yes, that's
where
it. That's it.
Yeah, Joey Morgan's gonna be on this week, and he's gonna be the only bald guy.
Yeah,
representing for the rest
Joey,
of the week.
you need to hold down the bald guy Midwestern demographic. I'm counting on you, man.
Joe, you can finally be the most beautiful bald guy in the trading space.
We're here for it. We're here for it.
All right,
But yeah, guys, I mean, just to kind of recap what's going on in the market here, not too much, but we did, like I said, we did hold this bid pretty well. We are kind of creating a 3-bar up pattern now on the 30-minute, which right now is looking bullish, right? We're looking bullish. So I wouldn't be looking to necessarily take any shorts right now, especially how we're holding these 30 minutes. Let's go down to the 5-minute just to kind of confirm. Yeah, really nice hold and rebid on ES. I would say the levels to keep in mind, I mean, we're pretty much retracing more than 50% of this move. Pre-market low is going to be the next area of resistance here. If anyone is long or looking to take a long, keep in mind 6409 is that level of resistance that's going to come into play. And then really it's just reclaiming opening range low sitting at 6415. Previous day low sitting at 64.1925, and then from there really we could just start rallying up into the close. NASDAQ, same sort of thing going on here. You know, we do have we're sitting above VWAP right now, but really opening range low and pre-market low are going to be those levels. Call it like 23,320 to 34, and then really just like a nice move into the opening range high and previous day low. Previous day low is really going to be that key area. Who knows if we get there today? What a recovery that would be though if we did just completely make and reverse this whole move to the upside.
That would be crazy.
It would be pretty nuts. So tomorrow will be pretty interesting, depending on how today closes. But yeah, guys, just always keep in mind, like, you know, if you took a trade today, great. If you didn't find a setup, that's absolutely fine too. That's why back testing, you know, going back and looking over like what setups you would have taken, what setups you didn't take, what you didn't like, and just journaling that is always super important in your trading strategies. So, Matt, I'm actually going to start off with a sign off today. Can I do that?
Okay, let's do it. Let's reverse it.
Hey, you want the outro notes that I have for him?
I'm gonna let you do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you do that.
You're gonna put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
That's right. I am changing it up today. But guys, we appreciate all of you guys for joining on today. You know, we are just had a great day today, and I hope you guys did as well. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like it and share it with a friend. And of course, as usual, make sure that you are just taking time off the charts. Okay, it is Wednesday, it is hump day. Don't be like the markets and try to sit there and you know, I'm not going to say it, you know what, whatever. But anyways, make sure that you go enjoy your day. Make sure that you you know, practice gratitude for the people that you love today. So and as always, I'm gonna send Matt off with the good notes here, good vibes, good luck. Condolences. I hope that you have a great wedding. I hope you have a great, you know, everything is just working out beautifully, and we can't wait to see pictures. So make sure that you keep us updated on that. But Nick, I will give it to you to pass it on.
Let's do it. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being funny as usual in the chat. We love it. We didn't have many accents today, but that's okay. They will be back tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, when Matt isn't here. But obviously, best of luck, Matt. Wish you an amazing time. And let's end this show with our one and only highway strategy inventing, dacho killing, news observing, patience mastering, lawn mowing, paper trading, mega ranting, god of sarcasm, most beautiful ball trader, Matt Hensley.
Hey.
That's incredible. I love that. I appreciate that, Nick. Thanks, Miriam, as well. Thanks for all the kind wishes in the chat, guys. I really appreciate that. It's kind of a long time coming for me. I'm really excited for it. So I will not be here tomorrow. I will be here briefly on Friday, and then I'll see you guys on Monday. But I trust these two to hold the stream down. And also, they've got Joey Margaret and Tyler Trades coming on for the next couple of days as well. So there's going to be plenty of great traders. There's even going to be a great Midwestern bald trader here. It just won't be me. So that's all right. So thanks for the kind words and the kind thoughts, everyone. I really appreciate each and every one of you. The community we're building here is absolutely fantastic. The best chat in the business, no bullshit. And I cannot wait to keep taking the next steps professionally with you guys as I take the next step personally this week as well. So thanks everyone for watching another edition of Tradeify TV. We love you all, and some of us will see you tomorrow. Good night.
Bye, guys.